It is time for Game 5 of our South Division semifinal for the Kelly Cup playoffs. Arlie Johnson with you, joined by Alex Reed tonight, as this series is tied at 2 games apiece between the Jacksonville Icemen and Florida Everblades. A pivotal matchup here, Reeder, as the Icemen have their 3rd home game in 3 nights. Everybody has held serve at home thus far through 4 games of the series. First 2 games go to Florida at home. Next 2 games, games 3 and 4, it is the Icemen controlling home ice. One more opportunity for them to do it and possibly get their first lead of this series.
Yeah, you know, it reinforces the fact how big the home ice advantage can be and how big the home games are. As you said, Arlie, all the home team has won all of the games in the series up to this point, and one final chance here for the Icemen to do just that. And if they can do it, they're going to take a lead down in Florida. And what a pivotal game this is. The Game 5s usually are, but especially when they're tied at 2-2, because whoever's the loser of tonight's game is going to have to go down and win 2 games in a row down in Estero. So it'll be easier for the Everblades, it being a home game. For the Icemen, they can do themselves a lot of favors in many ways by getting the win tonight.
A lot of decision making for both coaches, as it was yesterday in terms of the goaltending. Remember, because it's 3 games in 3 nights, not so easy to just put your #1 guy in time and again. And both coaches have elected to go with their, what you would call, I guess, a 1A goaltender.
Yeah.
It's going to be Ken Appleby for the Icemen. He played both games in Florida, lost them both, but one was in overtime. Goals against average of 2.88, save percentage of 91.4. We are underway. Puck is down, and immediately it's the Icemen getting the puck into the Florida territory. Christophe Lalonde set, starting up front with Cody Fowley and Wasey Rabbit. The Everblades clear it back into the Jacksonville zone. Puck bounces up into the air, over the glass, and out of play. And that'll allow us to regroup and kind of get started once again. For the Everblades, it's going to be Callum Booth in goal. This is his first action in quite a while. You know, it's been Jeremy Helvig the whole way through, but this time, 3rd game in 3 nights again, they're going with their other netminder.
Yeah, Callum Booth, 2nd-year pro. He's a prospect of the Carolina Hurricanes and had a great rookie season with the Everblades last year. Was up with Charlotte in the American Hockey League, got reassigned to Reading, and now back with the Everblades. Got injured right before the end of the regular season. He's good to go. He's in net right now. And another one of those, you said, a 1A option that both teams are sporting today.
Florida carries the puck into the Jacksonville zone. The Icemen try to clear it away. Not out yet. Now they slam it into the corner and out of further harm's way. Jacksonville still unable to clear the puck. Well defended by the Icemen. They keep the play moving along the perimeter. Fowley knocks it loose. It comes to Mingo. Cross ice for Hayden Shaw, who will deflect out of the zone and out to the red line. Scramble for the loose puck there. Comes back to the Jacksonville end. Mingo swings it around the wall for Cody Fowley, who will deflect it out to the Florida line. Logan Rowe in control there. Rowe goes D to D for Ben Masella. Back for Rowe inside his own line. Headman pass connecting with Kyle Platzer as he deflects into the corner. Mingo first on it there. Around the wall to the near side. Rowe holds it in. Loose puck towards the blue line. Rowe will contain it. Cam McLeese trying to knock it loose. What a game Cam McLeese had last night with a goal and 2 assists. Newbury also had a 3-point night with 1 and 2. Everblades still have it in the zone, however. It's Logan Rowe, stick handling deep into the zone, drops into the high slot. Platzer with a wrist shot. Save is made by Appleby. He will cover, and the faceoff will be to his right side.
Well, you mentioned McLeese a second ago there, Arlie. A goal, 2 assists last night. A guy that a good addition at this point here with kind of the team being a little bit shorthanded now with some injuries to Clark, Daoul up front. But he comes at a right time there. He was an immediate producer here. And good size guy there, 6'2". He's got the right tools and intangibles. He's got some playoff experience. Won a Kelly Cup with Colorado 2 years ago. So a great addition here. And boy, did he respond. And that line has been really good. And that's where a lot of the offense has been coming from here in the last couple of games.
Yeah, he is a prototypical power forward type of player. And that's exactly the kind of guy you want in the postseason when it matters most, and he shined last night. Puck is in the Jacksonville end. Appleby will play it behind his net for Kyle Shapiro, who had a strong game last night, as did his defensive partner, Cale Detzel, who has the puck now. Detzel gains the blue line of Florida before knocking it behind their net. Justin Wade takes a bump from Cam Critchlow as Florida clears out to center. It's Shapiro drifting back inside his own end for Detzel on the right wing. Playing it indirectly for Critchlow, or Uchin rather. Uchin gives it up, and it's a Florida turnover now. Warning with a wrist shot. Blocker saved by Appleby. Rebound into the corner for Tommy Thompson. Thompson takes a bump and drops it behind the Jacksonville net. Shapiro has it for the Icemen.
Second big hit there by Critchlow on this shift.
The Icemen clear in. Patrick McCarron ahead of Cody Fowley. McCarron up the boards right side at the flex towards the line. The Everblades still have it. Wing-to-wing pass goes by everybody. Are they going to call this icing? No, it is waved off. I'm not sure if Cedarholm knew that, but fortunately he pokes it ahead for Justin Woods. His outlet pass, however, eludes everybody. It will be icing against Jacksonville, and the draw comes back into the Icemen zone with 17-16 to go. Couple of quick roster moves here for Florida. One is not as big as the other. Sam Warning is in, Patrick Bykov is out. Here's the big one. For those who were here last night, you may have seen a huge third period collision with Michael Downing on Cam Critchlow. Downing received a match penalty last night. It was levied earlier this afternoon that Downing received a 2-game suspension. That is a huge loss for Florida. He will not be in action tonight or Monday night in Estero. As we resume live play, Jackson with some offensive pressure. Centering feed intended for Fowley, but it was well out of his reach. And Florida stick handles to center and clears in. We'll touch a little more on that Downing situation when we get more of an opportunity as the Everblades skate into the zone. It's Logan Rowe reversing it to the far side for Masella. Rabbit defends on him. Masella holds in, looking for the poke check as well on set, but it comes to the high slot for Perkovic. Shot on net, save is made by Appleby. Rebound went behind him. He didn't know where it was, but it ended up going wide of the cage. Platzer holds in for Rowe at center at the blue line. Fowley blocks his shot and knocks it out to center. Cody Fowley sacrificing his body there, as he did in the final minutes last night. He's got a big shiner from taking, I believe, a puck up in the face late in the game yesterday. But he had a huge block in the closing minutes as well. As the Icemen clear in, no icing here. Booth plays it off the end boards, and McLeese is going to be first on the puck. To the blue line for Shaw, who drives it to an open wing. Pinching in from the line is Mingo. He also throws it wide. Crazy carom all the way out to the Jacksonville end. As Shaw didn't quite know where it ended up. Can't blame him either in that situation. Shaw backhands it out to the Florida blue line. It's Matt Finn ahead for Alex Tonge, dropping it back for Patrick McCarron. Fortier defends on him. What a weekend Max Fortier has had for the Icemen. 3 goals and an assist this weekend already, and looking for more obviously tonight. It's the Everblades behind the Jacksonville net. Tonge plays it up the wall. Randolph is first on it, however. He'll chop it off the boards and out. 15:25 to go in the first period. We are still scoreless here in Jacksonville. Game 5 of this best-of-7 series. The series is knotted up at 2 games apiece. Cedarholm for the Icemen. Takes a hit, but flips it up the left wing for Randolph. Randolph for Uchin. Redirecting to the red line. Florida forehands back into the zone. Cedarholm knocks it around the wall. Randolph will try to outlet again. Goes cross ice for Cedarholm. Takes it off the boards. Tries to tap it away from Neville. Can he get by another man? Not quite. Trying to help out his Lalanset. And now Lalanset will start a 3-man rush. Onside briefly, but the Everblades knock it right back out to center. Right along the penalty boxes, Rabbit knocks it loose for Jacksonville. It's Woods for Fowley, who deflects into the zone. Booth will be on it behind his own net, leaving it for Wade. Looking for the steal is Rabbit, and he has it into the high spot. Fowley off both posts, I believe. Detzel at the right point for Fowley, and another slapper. Gets deflected wide. Cody Fowley cannot buy a goal. How did that not go in?
It rimmed around on both posts. I think you're absolutely right there, Arlie. What a tremendous shot in a good lane. Just goes for not there for the Icemen. Sometimes you get those bounces, sometimes you don't. That was a tough one there to not go in.
McLeese moves in on the forecheck. Shapiro in a heavy collision. Both him and the player he hit both lost their sticks in that collision. As Florida skates out to center, they are onside for the moment. Wrist shot goes wide from Platzer, and it will go all the way out to center ice. I can't wait to see that replay again to see if that actually did ring off both posts. First to the stick side, then to the glove side of Callum Booth. As Jacksonville skates out to center. It's Ladd with Newbury. Newbury, nice look from McLeese over the blue line. They're onside. McLeese taps it behind the Everblade net. There are still 2 loose sticks on the ice from that collision with Shapiro. Logan Rowe trying to get away from one of the sticks. One stick is broken. The other stick looks fully intact. In the neutral zone, not many stoppages in play here. I think Appleby senses that as he takes a shot from center ice and just holds on to it. 13:21 to go. We will take a break. What a start to this game as we remain scoreless. This is Jacksonville Icemen Hockey on Mixlr and ECHL.TV. ECHL, celebrating its 31st season of affordable family entertainment. The ECHL would like to thank everyone in attendance for your support of ECHL Hockey. The ECHL would also like to recognize the following league sponsors: AMI Graphics, the official signage provider; BFL Canada Risk and Insurance; and Sutton Special Risk, sponsors of the 2019 ECHL Hall of Fame induction ceremony. The Migray Group, your source for game-worn jerseys; CCM Hockey, the official on-ice equipment provider; Coco 5, the official hydration beverage of the ECHL; Ephesus Lighting, the preferred lighting partner of the ECHL; Geico, the official auto insurance of the ECHL; Howie's Hockey Tape, the official hockey tape and lace provider; in Glasgow, the official puck provider; Warrior, the official protective wear provider; and the Fairley Group, the official commercial insurance provider of the ECHL. Catch all the live ECHL action in high definition by logging on to ECHL.tv. It's 0-0. Jacksonville has had by far the best opportunity with a one-timer from Cody Fowley that we are under the impression rang off both posts and somehow stayed out. Now it's Florida in the offensive zone. Centering feed knocked away by Jacksonville. It's Lalonset 2-on-2 with Rabbit. Lalonset over the blue line, looking to go wide on McCarron. Stops at the half wall and drops it down low for Rabbit. Rabbit on his backhand to the left point for Woods. Cross ice at Cedarholm. Cedarholm will take it off the kick plates and knock it into the corner. Rabbit trying to hold in, but Florida clears to center. It's Woods wristing it right back in. Delayed offside here, so Jacksonville has to clear the zone. And now we've got a whistle and I believe a penalty called, or maybe it just went out of play.
Yeah, it did. The puck did clip up there, and Booth put his arm up to signal that it did clip off the netting, and that was the reason with the referee's arm up.
12:55 to go. While we've got a quick minute, let's talk about that Michael Downing suspension, Alex. 2-game suspension, obviously, justified. It's just a matter of how many games it was going to be, and it's a huge loss for the Everblades at the blue line. Yeah,
it really is. Of course, he got the game winner there in game one in overtime, and then had the only goal of the game last night. So, he's a big contributor. He's one of those American Hockey League prototype guys, and he's got that type of talent level and good size guy. So it is a big loss in many levels here for Brad Ralph and his club on the back end there. They'll be missing his services without question. He was a big contributor here in this series.
I'd like to think that the Icemen can capitalize on that. Maybe a situation where Florida's third defensive pairing isn't quite as good as they would like it to be. That might mean that Jacksonville's third line hopefully will step up in this contest tonight as the Icemen are called for icing here. 12:37 to go in period number one. Arlie Johnson and Alex Reed with you, and let's talk about that third line, and maybe depth scoring is maybe a better way of putting it. Last night we talked about having great goaltending and one top line that can really carry you, but it's going to be a lot more than that. We want to see that Cody Fowley, Wasey Rabbit, Chris Lalonset line clicking and trying to contribute as well, and you've got to try and get some scoring top to bottom.
You do, and you can't just come from one line. You can't always rely on that because you know Florida's going to key on that McLeese and Fortier line. So getting those guys going. Wasey Rabbit, he was your leading scorer in the regular season, so he's been kind of quiet here in this series. Does a lot of the other things right, but that line's got to get going here. Fowley certainly due to put one in, and again, he came just getting some bad puck luck there on that last shot, but if the Icemen get another line rolling, it'll do them a lot of good.
It's Appleby playing the puck, Bairden style, up ahead for Fortier, now for Newbury and then McLeese. Newbury again, centering feed for Fortier. That's picked off by Masella. It was well read by the Florida D-man. Lead pass for Blake Winicky, who carries into the zone. Mingo defends on him, spins away to the outside. Looks for a teammate, he'll just chip it off glass instead. Knocked it out of the air with a high stick from Justin Auger. No easy task for the 6'6" Auger to knock a puck high. But that's what he did there, and we'll have a stoppage in play with 11:49. Shots on net listed at 3-1 for Florida. I wouldn't say any of the shots on goal have been threatening as of yet. The only scoring chance really is Fowley's opportunity that never even ended up technically as a shot on goal.
Yeah, if they were playing the game of post like sometimes they do in practice, it would have been a couple points there for Fowley, unfortunately.
Jacksonville nearly gives it up in the defensive end. Nice work there by Jacob Cedarholm to lift the stick of Sam Warning. That could have been disastrous as Woods tries to play it up the left side. Woods gets it loose for Chris Lalonset. Backhands for Cedarholm, and the big defenseman will start the attack. Over the blue line is Cedarholm. Wrists it on net. Save is made. Oh, a juicy rebound. But John McCarron picks it up for the Everblades. That rebound should not have been there as the Icemen clear it back into the zone. Offside will be called. That was an easy scoop for Callum Booth, but he was not able to handle it, and that's certainly something to watch.
Yeah, you look at Callum Booth, he is a really sound goaltender, and he's got a lot of talent, a lot of promise for him ahead. But he is a guy who makes the great first save, but sometimes he does leave a lot of rebounds there, and that was one of those cases there. That one, to give him a little bit of credit, took a little funny skip, kind of got his timing off there. He was just more focused on trying to get that first save. But if the Iceman can kind of crash the net, there's going to be some second chance opportunities for him and or for the Iceman today. But Booth is very good on that first shot save.
Back to play. It is Jacksonville with possession in their own end. Critchlow around the wall looking for Randolph. Tries to golf it out. Couldn't do it the first time. Does get it ahead the second opportunity. Ladd looks to play it. Goes right by the Florida bench. I thought it went into the bench, but we'll play on. And a huge collision between Detzel and Neville. Detzel continues to play physical hockey all series long, and it creates an icing call here as well against the Everblades. So impressed about the third defensive pairing with Cale Detzel and Kyle Shapiro each of the last two games.
Yes, last night they were fantastic. Shapiro making play after play, making the right reads, getting down, blocking shots, and moving the puck effectively. And then as Detzel, you said, has really stepped up on that physical side. The Icemen, maybe lacking a little bit of that, especially with Hunt out of the lineup. They need somebody to kind of, be that guy. And we saw it last night there. He was the first guy to confront Downing after they hit on Critchlow, and the two got into a scrap as well. But he's playing a good brand of physical hockey there, and they need a guy in the back end to do that.
The second guy who would have been looked at as somebody standing up for their teammates, also injured, and that's Everett Clark, of course. Yeah. As Arnold gets a wrist shot away. Save is made by Appleby. Rebound behind the net for Michael Neville. Neville to the point for Masella. Cross ice, it's Rowe. Wrister goes wide to the short side. Shaw pokes it up the wall. Fortier takes a hit to clear it out to center ice. We will play on as Jacksonville tries to complete a line change. Florida redirects high off the glass, stays in play deep in the Jacksonville end. Cedarholm up the board, stolen by Florida, forcing Appleby to make a relatively routine stick save. Mingo will stick handle up the left side and out to center. Fortier drops it into the zone. Lalanset chases after against Logan Rowe. Rowe still being harassed by Lalanset, forces a pass at the blue line that is stolen by Fowley and dropped back behind the Florida net. Rabbit now with a forecheck on Matt Finn. Finn is under duress. Lalanset steps in trying to get the puck loose. Fowley got a skate on it, but it goes out to center. Jacksonville does get possession, however, and nice work from that forecheck on this top line. Lalanset again redirects in, and Fowley's first on the puck. Looks to center, can't get it loose, he'll drop it into the corner instead for Rabbit. Rabbit for Fowley, all alone, but he can't get the shot away. Fowley gets it right back, still looking for somebody to center too. Redirects in front, still loose, and Florida finally skates away with it, and they'll stick handle out to the Jacksonville line, and no further than that. More pressure from this first line. I like what I'm seeing from this Fowley, Rabbit, and Lalanset unit. That's
the line that we said, that needed to get going there and provide some offensive support. That time, Fowley, not sure if the stick just kind of didn't cooperate or the puck didn't cooperate. I think Finn that time got a stick in there and just broke it up enough to keep that off Fowley's stick for a good chance in front on Booth.
Line change for the Icemen as they clear into the Florida end, right back out. Possible, too many men, but we will play on. It would have been against Jacksonville, so the Icemen pleased to just keep the clock moving right now. Taking a hit from behind is Roman Yuchin for the Icemen. No call there either. We'll just call it even. And the Everblades skate out to center ice, but a back check from Critchlow knocks it away for Yuchin. Yuchin, a good look for Randolph, who skates into the zone. Snapshot is deflected over the glass, out of play, and the faceoff will come into the Florida end. Still not too many shots on goal, just 5 for Florida, 2 for Jacksonville. I don't recall any of the Everblades shots being 10-bell kind of opportunities. And a pretty good flow to this game as well thus far.
Yeah, it's going end to end. Both teams getting some chances there, some perimeter shots, but the Icemen have had the better looks, I would say, in the early going. Again, the one by Fowley. Fowley's really had some tough luck already in this game. He's hit 2 posts on 1 shot, and then a moment ago, the puck was right on his stick. Again, I do think Finn got a stick on that one, but either way, Fowley is getting there, and this line, like you said, starting to look for those open guys. Rabbit's been pretty strong along the boards as well to set up those opportunities.
Newberry's going to get waved out of this draw. McLeese will take it instead. He's going to try and win it to the top of the circle for Fortier, and does exactly that. Snapshot from Fortier. Had it designed just the way they wanted it, but it was deflected wide. Puck goes to the right of Callum Booth. The Icemen pick it up. Newberry goes off the referee and ends up behind the Everblade net. That allows Florida to clear it out to center. Driving it right back in as Shapiro. Would have been offside. It would have been no goal. I'm surprised they actually let that play continue with a shot on goal and a save there, because Jacksonville was in ahead. It would have been an offside call. Everblades get it right back at center. Logan Rowe wrists it in. Appleby lets it go for McLeese. Dropping it back for Shapiro, then for Detzel. Detzel up the right side for Fortier. Steps around one man, steps around a couple more, trying to clear it out, can't do it. Neville lifts his stick and gets the steal. Drives it towards goal. Appleby is there to cover. And we've got sticks up high with Shapiro. And somebody's going after Shapiro. I think that's Nathan Perkovich. And the two of them will finally be separated. Shapiro really wanting Nathan Perkovich. And we'll see if this is going to be even up or not. I thought that Perkovich was clearly the instigator there.
100%. Shapiro has still one glove on right now.
Yeah.
Perkovich was first to drop the gloves and started throwing him before Shapiro had his gloves, or I should say glove off. And certainly the aggressor in that situation, but if anything, you would think that's what Shapiro's trying to lobby right now, that, hey, he should either get the extra penalty. And Shapiro's trying to argue right now he shouldn't get anything here, but you probably likely that's not going to be the case.
No, I mean, he's got to go to the box. I'm fine with that, but
yeah,
it definitely appeared that Perkovich was the one who started the whole thing. And I know, as you know, from Coach Jason Christie's standpoint, he has been hammering away discipline, discipline, discipline.
Yeah,
you do not want to be shorthanded. And you can tell Kyle Shapiro was trying to do exactly what he was instructed to do there as we look at the replay now on ECHL.TV.
Well, the whole exchange was started by Perkovich, a little shove in the back there of Fortier, and then he just comes with the gloves off on Shapiro and started throwing punches. At this point, he's got 3 punches in. Shapiro didn't even have any of the gloves off. And but there's the extra, there's 2 penalties up on the board, and they're both 4-minute double minors for both players.
Right, which keeps it at 5-on-5. I was expecting, well, first of all, I was actually expecting 5 minutes apiece. But I guess we'll call it 4-on-4. Now the times come off the board, so I'm curious to see if it will be a 5-minute fight for each. It certainly is not double matching minors. We do know that much because it's 5-on-5.
Yeah, 5-on-5. Yeah, the manpower out there would suggest that.
Jacksonville wins the faceoff in their own zone. Falling down is Hayden Shaw on a turnover to Blake Winicky. Winicky with a shot on net, right pad saved by Appleby. That was his best so far. And the rebound comes for the Icemen. They've got a 3-man rush. Lancet over the blue line on the right. Drops it down low for Cody Fowley. Around the wall, it's Wasey Rabbit. Rabbit tries to center. Can't get the pass away. He'll spin in the corner away from Platzer. Dropping it for Lancet behind the net. Back to the blue line. Shaw steps up, gets a shot wide of the net. Pinching in from the right point is Mingo. The defenseman comes down deep, goes it off the side of the net, comes back to the backhand, all the way to the blue line. It's Shaw. What a look for Rabbit, but he missed the net. Shaw, what a vision play from him. Now it's Rabbit again with his feet right through the slot, nobody home. Shaw will try it again. It's deflected up into the crowd. Tremendous pass from Hayden Shaw to Wasey Rabbit, who could not fire the one-timer on frame. And then Rabbit had another opportunity, but tried to put it right through the crease for another teammate. Jacksonville's doing all the right things here, and yet still you look at only 3 shots on goal and no goals scored, obviously.
Yeah, there's that line working again, but that time Rabbit had the net open look there on the net there, just could not hammer the one-timer. Just hit on the kind of the inside part of the stick and just went wide. Didn't get much on it. He was immediately frustrated with himself there because he knows he had an opportunity there to try to get his team on the board.
Faceoff will be to the right side of Callum Booth. Cam McLeese against John McCarron on the draw. McLeese will get taken away, and Chris Newbury steps in. With the absence of Garrett Hunt due to suspension, by the way, Jacksonville's team captain, there's a 3rd alternate captain now for the Icemen, and it is Chris Newbury wearing the A. Florida wins the faceoff. They'll play it to an open corner. Wesolowski chips it off glass and out. Foot race for the puck. Woods, nice turn on his skate away from Justin Auger, and he'll accelerate through the neutral zone. Stepping around one man, can't get by a second, however. Florida clears it out. We've got a hand pass called against the Everblades with 6:22 to go. Justin Woods is a guy that I'd like to see get unleashed a little bit too. He's got great two-way game, but the offensive part of it recently, just I don't know if it's just not coming to him just cleanly or just the way he quite wants to, but you know it's there. It's just a matter of unleashing it.
Yeah, when you look at his play, I mean, he led the team in power play goals on the year. Has a good offensive side, but you said it's kind of been lacking here in the postseason. Again, it's great that he can play that other side of it just as well, but they do need to get him going there on the back end. He and Mingo both are such good puck movers and offensive contributors.
Jacksonville carries up out of their own zone. It's Newbury with a drop pass, stolen by Alex Tonge. Cross ice, McCarron for Auger. Auger tries to center, Good man right in front, denied by Appleby. His best save of the night on Ben Masella, who had pinched in from the point. Great look there from Auger, but a better save from Ken Appleby as Jacob Cederholm plays it up the boards and out. This, I believe, will be called icing as Ladd gets taken down off the puck. Icing against Jacksonville, and then after the whistle, Masella goes after Ladd, and Ladd is trying to get a piece of Masella. And we'll see if anything escalates from this.
Well, I think Ladd was a little frustrated there. Masella might have had a stick down on his skate. He stumbled. He was trying to outrace the icing there and outpace it, but there was some contact between he and Masella, and then getting knocked down that time in that exchange, and was Ladd. And then Ladd on the boards there gave him a little shoulder just to let him know he didn't appreciate the contact on the way there for the race for the icing.
It is a totally different officiating crew from last night, by the way. Sean Fernandez and Matt Maniti are your referees. Linesmen are Randy Dengler and Jason Leiston. The Icemen win the faceoff in their zone. Up the near side, Justin Woods with one hand on the stick knocks it free for Ladd, then for Critchlow and safely out to center. It's Wesolowski for the Blades. D to D for Wade, who forehands in. Cederholm first on the puck for Jacksonville. Around the wall for Critchlow, who is fine after taking a wicked hit from Downing yesterday that resulted in Downing's suspension. Critchlow took that hit all the way up to the head, but he is okay to go for tonight. Florida with it. Long outlet pass, tape to tape for Warning. Waiting for some teammates as they complete a line change. Just 5:03 to go in the first period. Fast moving first period. We are still scoreless here in Jacksonville. Game 5 of this best of 7 series. The series is knotted up 2 games apiece. Detzel tries to get it away from Matt Finn with the help of Hayden Shaw. They will clear it up the boards and ahead to Jake Randolph. Randolph, nice saucer pass for Detzel, who will forehand into the zone. Booth will block it there. Playing it for Finn in the near side corner. Detzel pinches in. Looking down low for Loancet. Loancet on his backhand. Looking to move it away towards the line. Florida steals and again skates out. Detzel right back. Taking it into the Florida zone where Matt Finn brings it ahead. Nobody can really get the handle to it yet. Finally, it's Jacksonville forehanding in. Loancet will chase after against Finn. Third man in is Patrick McCarron for Florida. He'll chip it up the right side for Winicky. Cross ice for Platzer, who handles that pass well. To the left, it's Neville, who may have a step. Goes to the forehand, denied by Appleby. Got a piece of it with the glove. Rebound comes for the Icemen, and safely out to center once more. Shots on net now 8-3 for Florida, but we stay 0-0. It's Logan Rowe for the Everblades. Ahead for Winicky, who deflects in. Cederholm first on it for the Icemen. Stops behind his net. Waits to see which way he's going to go. He's still standing there with Alex Tonge waiting just to the right of goaltender Ken Appleby. Cederholm finally elects to skate it out himself. Flipping it to the red line. Broken up there by Florida. Taken right back by Newbury. Right along the Everblade bench. Florida digs it free once more. It's Logan Rowe. Ahead for Tonge, over the blue line, leaving the puck for John McCarron. Drop pass to the line for Rowe. Behind the net, it's McCarron. Trying to cut to net is Masella. Well read there defensively by Newbury off the puck as McCarron holds in. Rowe from the blue line, wrist shot whistles wide. Maybe high as well. Newbury, a nice touch pass for Detzel, who will start the rush for McLeese. 2-on-2 now with Fortier. McLeese over the blue line, crisscrosses with Fortier. Sharp angle shot, never reached the net, it was blocked. Florida cannot clear yet. Woods holds in, around one man, looking for McLeese. Centering feed, score! Jake Randolph puts the Icemen on top 1-0 with 2:47 to go in the first period.
What a pass in the corner from Cam McLeese. Top angled pass, got it across, and then Randolph going directly to the net there, crashing it. Leads the team in shots in these Kelly Cup playoffs, but boy, oh boy, went hard to the net that time, and McLeese getting it to the Dirty Harry there in front, and it was put home there, getting a piece of it by Randolph. Wow.
It's Randolph's first goal of the postseason. McLeese will get 1 assist. I believe that puck actually went off Jake Randolph's skate instead of his stick, but certainly not in a kicking motion.
No, he was going full steam into the crease there, just trying to get any kind of loose puck there. And said it hit off something where the stick, very possibly that skate there, but there's no way it could have been a kicking motion. He didn't have time to get set up there.
No, not at all. Justin Woods will also get an assist. 17-15 the time of the goal, and Jacksonville on top 1-0. Looking for their third straight victory against the Everblades in as many nights. Puck is in the Jacksonville zone, but the Icemen control. It's Shapiro backhanding it around the wall for Randolph, who just put the Icemen on top. Roman Yuchin at center ice. By himself for now. Looked like he was hooked from behind, but they're going to let that go. The officials are letting the boys play tonight, at least early on. The Everblades have control in their end. It's Wade. Lead pass for Arnold. Gains the red line before forehanding into the zone. Mingo gets hit hard into the wall. Penalty coming, and Lawansett goes right after Blake Winicky. Mingo still down as Scooter McClay, the team trainer for the Icemen, comes out to 10 for him. It will be a power play for Jacksonville, but more importantly than that is the health of Dejan Mingo right now, who is on his hands and knees at this point.
Well, these two have had some tiffs here in this game already. In the last shift, they were nose to nose back behind the play, looking at one another, having a very unfriendly conversation. They also got tied up maybe the shift before that in the corner, so a little bit of a maybe rivalry brewing between the two of them. Winicky's not that type of player, but no doubt this has kind of been something that's been building here early in this game from the last shift here into this one. And you just got to be very careful so close to the boards like that. Making a guy's legs out there, that's where it gets really dangerous. And of course, a lot of the folks down in Florida would probably also agree with that too in relation to Joe Coxer. But this is something that's been brewing between the two of them all game long.
Dejan Mingo is back up on his feet and is okay, at least enough to skate off to the bench and into the locker room under his own power. And hopefully we see him, if nothing else, by the start of the second period. There's just 1:48 to go in the first period right now. The Icemen have just scored from Jake Randolph. Now a power play late in the first period. That play a little reminiscent, if you're following the Stanley Cup playoffs in the National Hockey League, a little reminiscent of Warren Fogel's hit on TJ Oshie for the Washington Capitals. Sort of a push into the glass at the last moment in a really awkward position. Fogel was not suspended, but he did, and there was a lot of speculation about whether that was going to be a 5-minute major penalty. You know, if you're just listening at home as opposed to watching, that might give you a good comp for what that play was like. So a power play for Jacksonville. McLeese, Newbury, and Randolph up front. At the blue line, it's Max Fortier as a fourth forward, along with Hayden Shaw. Pinching in is Fortier, and he gambles and loses. 2-on-1 Florida, shorthanded. Wrist shot saved by Appleby with the right pad and stick combination. Rebound back for the Icemen, and Jacksonville catches a break there thanks to the big save from Appleby, who is on his game tonight. It's Shaw at center ice. Carries over the line. Offside will be called. 1:21 to go in the first period. 1:34 remaining on this penalty to Blake Winicky. Just a minor penalty. Coming up in the first intermission break, we'll be joined by Jacksonville Icemen forward Cam McLeese, who of course had the big goal and 2 assists last night. And what a primary assist on that Jake Randolph goal as well. And look who's back out on the ice. Alex, Dejan Mingo already back out there.
Yeah, it's great to see. And, you know, no way did I think that Winicky's hit should have been anything worse than, the 2 minutes. But, and, you know, it was always a dangerous play. But good to see Mingo. We noticed he skated right off. Back out there here. He's one of the good power play guys. So it's good timing here for Dejan to be back in there.
Mingo and Woods. Traditional 3-forward, 2 defenseman alignment as Mingo drops it for Wasey Rabbit. Rabbit to the right for Lawansett. They gain the line. Back down underneath for Rabbit, who loses his stick, tries to keep the play moving for Lawansett by kicking it to him. Trying to move it to Mingo, but a steal from Florida. They'll skate with a 3-man rush shorthanded. 3 men back for Jacksonville as well. Auger just trying to keep the clock moving at this point. Lawansett knocks it free, getting it loose for Rabbit, back for Lawansett, and then for Mingo inside his own line. Just 40 seconds to go in the period. Jacksonville already leading 1-0, looking for a final minute goal to give them a little more momentum heading into the break. It's Mingo, cross ice look for Woods. Woods over the blue line onside, leaves it for Lawansett, softly on net. Booth will stick it aside for McCarron, who will clear it the length of the ice. Maybe one final rush for the Icemen. Mingo behind his net, 17 seconds to go in the period. Mingo right up the middle, feeds it to the right for Cederholm. We're getting some power play time. Cederholm bumped off the puck, and it's cleared up by Thompson. 5 seconds to go. Shaw has it in between his skates, and time will expire. The Icemen will still have 12 seconds to go on the power play when the second period begins. All is well, though, for the Icemen. Despite being outshot 9-5, they've been outshot all series long. It has certainly not affected them here at home, and it didn't affect them in the first period. It's a 1-0 lead for the Icemen.
Yeah, I mean, coming into this game, Florida had outshot the Icemen by a count of 142-79, and it's just incredible. And that the series is even tied when you have numbers such as that. But again, you talk about how opportunistic the Everblades could be if you make a mistake. Well, the Icemen have been opportunistic on their limited chances here. I believe I got a stat yesterday that the scoring chances number was almost like 26-4 in favor of Florida.
Wow.
You know, it was a very lopsided number. So, but here's a chance there. You get the puck to the net, good things can happen. McLeese with a great job getting it there to Randolph, who went hard, crashed into the net. We talked about Randolph and how good he's been as far as getting some shots. Maybe wasn't getting rewarded, but he did there with a good hard-nosed effort.
No doubt he did, and the Icemen score relatively late in the first period for this lead. He's talking about Cam McLeese. Stay tuned. He'll be joining us right after this break. We'll also be talking about the second period ahead and what the Icemen need to do to win their third straight game here at home against the Florida Everblades. After one period, it's Jacksonville 1, Florida nothing. You're listening to Jacksonville Icemen Hockey on Mixlr and JacksIcemen.com along with ECHL.TV. Tonight's game is brought to you by the ECHL, celebrating its 31st season of affordable family entertainment. The ECHL would like to thank everyone in attendance for your support of ECHL hockey. The ECHL would also like to recognize the following league sponsors: AMI Graphics, the official signage provider; BFL Canada Risk and Insurance; and Sutton Special Risk, sponsors of the 2019 ECHL Hall of Fame induction ceremony. The Migray Group, your source for game-worn jerseys; CCM Hockey, the official on-ice equipment provider; Coco 5, the official hydration beverage of the ECHL; Ephesus Lighting, the preferred lighting partner of the ECHL; Geico, the official auto insurance of the ECHL; Howie's Hockey Tape, the official hockey tape and lace provider; in Glasgow, the official puck provider; Warrior, the official protective wear provider; and the Fairley Group, the official commercial insurance provider of the ECHL. Catch all the live ECHL action in high definition by logging on to ECHL.TV.
Ever wish we could get a new house?
Yes, and Community First is freezing mortgage rates for up to 75 days, and they pay closing costs.
Ever wish we didn't hire your cousin to fix our leaky roof?
Just keep mopping.
Ready for a new home? The home team at Community First can help by freezing mortgage rates for up to 75 days and paying your closing costs. Learn more at communityfirstfl.org. Community First, love where you bank. Equal housing lender.
Hey fans, be sure to check out ECHL.TV, the live streaming destination for the 2018-19 season. Catch all the latest live action from across the premier AA Hockey League, including multi-game high-definition view and playback functionality on both your PC, mobile, and OTT devices. Visit ECHL.TV today to get into the game and never miss the action.
A cool change is in the air, and professional hockey is back in Jacks. The Jacksonville Icemen are scoring goals and thrilling fans all season long. Tickets start at just $10 for an incredible game day experience. Come on out to Veterans Memorial Arena, feel the chill of winter, and watch the puck drop. The legacy begins now. JacksIcemen.com.
NHL players have amazing talent, and some of the very best developed right here in the ECHL.
Beagles in, he scores!
Now, follow all your favorite ECHL alumni every night on NHL Network's primetime hockey show, NHL Tonight.
Both teams recognize how big this matchup is.
Fire save by Newman. Rebound! Goosebump stuff.
NHL Tonight, every night 6 Eastern on NHL Network.
If you feel that passion is just the start, if you think practice is never over, if you believe speed limits are just for highways, and Saturday mornings aren't made for cartoons, if you try, fail, learn, laugh, repeat, compete, respect, and unite, then you belong on our team. Join now at team.ccmhockey.com.
What is your role in the fight against cancer? The answer could be as simple as driving your car. For many cancer patients, getting to and from treatment is one of their toughest challenges. The American Cancer Society needs volunteer drivers to help provide transportation for people in your community. Through the gift of a lift in your car, you can help patients take one more step in the road to recovery. Get in the driver's seat in the fight against cancer. To find out more, call your American Cancer Society at 1-800-227-2345 or visit cancer.org.
Ever wish we didn't have so many bank fees? Ouch!
We should get a free checking account at Community First. They even give you a cash bonus. Ouch!
Ever wish we had just bought a jar of honey instead of harvesting it?
Ow! Bad bee!
Have you heard the buzz? Community First is giving up to $200 cash bonuses when you open a free checking account with direct deposit. Learn more at communityfirstfl.org. Community First. Love where you bank. NCUA insured.
We're between periods with the Jacksonville Icemen and Florida Everblades. Arlie Johnson joined by Cam McLeese today. Cam, what a performance from top to bottom on the roster last night. A 3-1 victory, drawing even in this series with Florida. Talk about the keys to beating this team, not just the night before, but being able to do it back-to-back nights.
Well, I think, getting that first one, just getting the confidence back to beat them once. I think that helped with the belief in the room, and to come on a second night and do the same thing. It was awesome. The crowd here has helped us a lot, and I think just playing with speed, that's what's been a key to our success. They do a good job of plugging it up in the neutral zone and taking away stuff. So I think if we just keep playing with speed and getting pucks in behind their D and playing down low, I think we'll be fine.
Give me your perspective on where the confidence level is for the team right this moment, as opposed to maybe 48 hours ago when you're down 2-0 in the series.
Yeah, I think it's completely different. It's obviously a tough start to go to Florida and go down 2-0, but we had a good feeling coming back here, and to be able to get those first 2 wins, like you said, it's huge. Room's feeling good. There's lots of confidence, so it's fun. We're having fun, and hopefully we can take the lead tonight.
Oftentimes what creates a great playoff team is a great netminder and back, obviously solid defense, but you need at least one line clicking. It's your line right now, Cam. It's yourself along with Max Fortier and Chris Newberry. Talk about the cohesion of that unit when there really was no time to have it. I mean, you just came back down. Max just came back down from Cleveland. I don't know how you developed the chemistry so quickly, but it is certainly there.
Yeah, it happened pretty quick for us. It's been nice. Noobs, he's a veteran guy. He's a really smart player. He makes good plays with the puck. And Forts, he can score. He's proven that over the last 2 games. If he gets chances, he's going to score. So my job's just to get the puck to those guys and keep making plays, and hopefully we can keep it rolling.
Last time I talked to you was before you went up to Manitoba. You spent a couple months in the American Hockey League, and I know that you had told me about them wanting to try and change your offensive game. Not change it, but work on it a little bit, just little tweaks. Did you feel like that actually is what happened?
Yeah, no, it's been great to have take on a little more of an offensive role here and be able to not be worrying about making mistakes, and being able to put up some offense has been nice.
And now we got Game 5 again. 3 games in 3 nights in the playoffs, which I don't know if I've seen before, to have 3 and 3. I wonder honestly though if it's to your benefit, especially with these games being at home. Certainly Florida's not feeling as good about themselves as they were a couple of days ago too, and maybe this is a great opportunity to really put some pressure on this team.
No, 100%. I think it showed yesterday in the third period. They looked a little bit tired. So yeah, definitely that home crowd is going to help us. I think both teams, obviously going to be a little bit fatigued in Game 5 at the end of a 3-3, but hopefully we can use that energy from the crowd, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Can't wait for it. Cam, thank you so much. Best of luck tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Cam McLeese with us between periods. We'll come back in just a couple moments. This is Jacksonville Icemen Hockey on Mixlr and ECHL.TV. Tonight's game is brought to you by the ECHL, celebrating its 31st season of affordable family entertainment. The ECHL would like to thank everyone in attendance for your support of ECHL hockey. The ECHL would also like to recognize the following league sponsors: AMI Graphics, the official signage provider; BFL Canada Risk and Insurance; and Sutton Special Risk, sponsors of the 2019 ECHL Hall of Fame induction ceremony. The Migray Group, your source for game-worn jerseys; CCM Hockey, the official on-ice equipment provider; Coco 5, the official hydration beverage of the ECHL; Ephesus Lighting, the preferred lighting partner of the ECHL; Geico, the official auto insurance of the ECHL. Howie's Hockey Tape, the official hockey tape and lace provider. In Glasgow, the official puck provider. Warrior, the official protective wear provider. And the Fairley Group, the official commercial insurance provider of the ECHL. Catch all the live ECHL action in high definition by logging on to ECHL.tv.
Ever wish we could get a new house?
Yes, and Community First is freezing mortgage rates for up to 75 days, and they pay closing costs.
Ever wish we didn't hire your cousin to fix our leaky roof?
Just keep mopping.
Ready for a new home? The home team at Community First can help by freezing mortgage rates for up to 75 days and paying your closing costs. Learn more at communityfirstfl.org. Community First, love where you bank. Equal housing lender.
Hey fans, be sure to check out ECHL.tv, the live streaming destination for the 2018-19 season. Catch all the latest live action from across the premier AA Hockey League, including multi-game high-definition view and playback functionality on both your PC, mobile, and OTT devices. Visit ECHL.tv today to get into the game and never miss the action.
A cool change is in the air, and professional hockey is back in Jacks. The Jacksonville Icemen are scoring goals and thrilling fans all season long. Tickets start at just $10 for an incredible game day experience. Come on out to Veterans Memorial Arena, feel the chill of winter, and watch the puck drop. The legacy begins now. JacksIcemen.com.
NHL players have amazing talent, and some of the very best developed right here in the ECHL.
Beagles in, he scores!
Now, follow all your favorite ECHL alumni every night on NHL Network's primetime hockey show, NHL Tonight.
Both teams recognize how big this matchup is.
Fire save by Newman. Rebound! Goosebump stuff.
NHL Tonight, every night 6 Eastern on NHL Network.
If you feel that passion is just the start, if you think practice is never over, if you believe speed limits are just for highways, and Saturday mornings aren't made for cartoons, if you try, fail, learn, laugh, repeat, compete, respect, and unite, then you belong on our team. Join now at team.ccmhockey.com.
What is your role in the fight against cancer? The answer could be as simple as driving your car. For many cancer patients, getting to and from treatment is one of their toughest challenges. The American Cancer Society needs volunteer drivers to help provide transportation for people in your community. Through the gift of a lift in your car, you can help patients take one more step in the road to recovery. Get in the driver's seat in the fight against cancer. To find out more, call your American Cancer Society at 1-800-227-2345 or visit cancer.org.
We are back at the VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Arlie Johnson along with Alex Reed. After one period of play, it's the Jacksonville Icemen leading the Florida Everblades 1-0. Jacksonville again trailed this best-of-7 series 2-0 after a pair of games in Florida. But man, nothing that a little home cooking can't cure. 3 home games in a row in 3 nights for the Icemen. They won game 3 by a score of 4-3 on Thursday night. Won last night 3-1, and now leading again here. And just like that, they can have a 3-game swing and be leading this series, potentially putting the Florida Everblades on the brink. And keep in mind, 3 in a row against the Everblades, unprecedented literally this year. They have not lost 3 in a row all season long. I mean, this is really phenomenal stuff that the Icemen are doing right now.
Home sweet home, right? At least the Icemen. I mean, but you look at the Icemen this year, I think 23 of their 36 wins came here in this building. And when you look at their 4 wins against the Everblades, they all came here in this building in the regular season. So, you know, there's something about this building. The Icemen are much more comfortable at home, and they've taken advantage of that, and they've had success against Florida here as well. And, you know, again, that's a great point, though, Arlie. You know, the Everblades haven't lost 3 games in a row all season. And it reminds me of when I had a chance to be with the Everblades a few years ago, that series against the Wheeling Nailers back in 2016. That season, the Everblades, they were the 4th seed going in. It's back when they had it as a full conference thing, not the divisional structure. But they played Wheeling in that first 4-5 matchup. And the Everblades that season didn't lose 3 games in regulation in a row that year. So there's just some eerie, it just kind of eerie that it's all this is kind of, it reminds me a little bit of that. But again, I'm not saying that the outcome, and of course Wheeling went on and won the series, but the only time the Everblades lost 3 games in a row that season was against Wheeling. Now, completely different people.
Certainly.
You could say that. You know, people like to throw out those stats. I just did it. But it's just one of those things where it is interesting how it plays out, and you just never know. And there's a reason why I guess they play these games in these series in its entirety.
And, you know, and give a ton of credit to the Icemen for getting the job done here at home. Look, their psyche could have been crushed, honestly,
100%.
after 2 road games, losing both of them, especially the way that they lost game 1 in overtime. They have barely been at home for the last 6 weeks. 2 home games in a 6-week stretch almost before Thursday night's game, because they finished the regular season with 8 out of 10 on the road, 2 more on the road to start the playoffs as well. And oftentimes it's kind of a cliche in sports, not just hockey. When you return from a road trip, that first home game back is very difficult to win. But the Icemen came right back, bounced back. I know they feel good about their game against Florida, but you know, right now, including the postseason, they are 6-3 at home against the Everblades, trying to make it 7-3 against Florida as we speak.
Well, you know, and it's a good point there, Arlie. You talk about, you know, coming back from a road trip. To be honest with you, the Everblades have been home for almost a month. Their last road game before this week was March 17th. So this is a team that has not been on the road a whole lot lately. They closed the season with a 6-game homestand, and then of course had the week off before games 1 and 2, so they haven't been spending a lot of time on the road, and so it's a little bit maybe unfamiliar territory. It's been a while for this club, and coming up here, that could have maybe played a little bit of a factor as well the other way, as you were saying.
One other thing that I want to make point of from the first period of play is the stellar performance of Ken Appleby, who has not played in the last 2 games, had a couple of losses to start this playoff series. He didn't necessarily have to be feeling good about his game either, but he picked it right back up. 9 shots, 9 saves, a couple of them, especially in the last maybe 5 minutes or so of that period, were some very quality backstops, and they needed him tonight, and he is giving them a great performance.
Yeah, and he was good in the first couple of games. I mean, I know he was I know it didn't, you know, the second game was a 4-1 game, but again, you know, that there was also an empty netter in that mix there as well. But, you know, a lot of the goals that Florida scored in both those games down in Estero were second chance opportunities. So he was able to make that first save, but, you know, the Icemen didn't get to do a good job clearing those rebounds. A couple bounces, so I know one went right to Finn's stick, and he was able to bury it home to tie that game up in game 1. So he played all right, played pretty well, and he's playing pretty well here in this game, and that's exactly the kind of performance that Coach Christie needed here, especially with being a 3rd game in 3 days, and that'll be a factor here. The fact that the Icemen got this first goal on the board, especially in a 3-3, it does play big dividends here, because it's going to get tougher for both teams here as this game wears on from really a fatigue standpoint. These guys haven't had a day off, you know, obviously since Wednesday.
And both these teams play so much better with the lead. Not that that's anything newsworthy. I think most teams obviously do.
Sure.
But you know, it certainly dictates who is going to be controlling the game, who is going to be chasing the game. Right now, it is Florida chasing the game. It's not going to necessarily be that way throughout, but the Icemen sure hope that it is that way. All right, just about ready to go for the second period. Remember, Jacksonville does begin this second period on a power play, but just briefly, only 12 seconds to go on the penalty to Blake Winicky. The official penalty call on Winicky was for cross-checking. Jacksonville in their aviator blue unis, reminiscent of the Winnipeg Jets' 3rd uniforms in terms of color scheme. Of course, that is the National Hockey League affiliate of the Icemen, or the Winnipeg Jets. The Icemen have control of the puck. It is Cederholm up the left side for Wasey Rabbit. He chips it in, chasing after his Lalonde set. Teams return to full strength as the Icemen try to keep the puck in the zone. Winicky just out of the penalty box, looking to clear it out. Can't do it yet. It goes back behind the Everblade net. Rabbit gets it loose for Lalonde set. Back behind the net. Comes to the half wall for Lalonde set, who loses the handle, and Florida clears out. Woods for the Icemen, who also had an assist on Jake Randolph's goal. Going cross ice, Fowley lets it go for Lalonde set. He's got Rabbit with him. Lalonde set can't pull the trigger on a shot. Well defended by Platzer as the Everblades clear again to center. Shaw fell down in the Everblades counter. 2-on-1. Vasella, wrist shot high and wide. I don't even think it was really all that close. And it goes off the glass and then off the protective netting. It's a couple of odd man rushes that the Everblades have had tonight, something that the Icemen really kept in check last night. I don't even recall an odd man rush. Maybe one that I think Kyle Shapiro defended well, but that's 2 of them tonight, and it's something you certainly want to make sure does not happen again.
Yeah, they've got to keep that in check. And of course, I think on 2 of those, and that one right there, an Iceman player fell and either slipped and fell down, and it led to that rush back the other way, 2-on-1. So in that situation, that's just kind of a bad break there, and one of the situations that really the Icemen don't have control of at times. But you're right, you can't give the Everblades too many of those odd man rushes because, well, we've talked about what they can do with them when they get them.
And it's the Everblades in the slot, but a poke check from Fortier knocks it free. 3-man attack for Jacksonville the other direction. Newbury offside. Oh man, it was just about to be a glittering chance for Fortier. Just received the pass in the high slot, but they called it offside just over a minute in. And we stay 1-0 early on. Let's quickly go to a couple of other scores around the ECHL. Again, it's the divisional semifinal round, so 16 teams in the playoffs in the ECHL. We'll start just in the South Division for now. The Orlando Solar Bears trying to close out their series with the South Carolina Stingrays. It's Game 5. Orlando leads the series 3-1. They lead tonight 2-0 after 1 period of play at South Carolina. So they may be advancing as early as a couple of hours from now to the South Division Finals. Resuming play, it's the Everblades into the zone. Masello with a wrist shot just wide on the play. McCarron picks it up. Trying to stick handle around the back of the net. Knocked away by Shapiro, ahead for Newbury. Masella holds it in with the help of Auger, but not without the help of a glove, and they're going to call it a hand pass against the Everblades. Faceoff will come out to center because of it. And the Icemen changing up lines to Cam Critchlow with Roman Uchin and Jake Randolph. Randolph with the goal again, set up by McLeese and Woods, but also out there at the time, I believe, was Max Fortier. It was in the middle of a line change, but Randolph just crashed the net. He seized the opportunity rather than going to the bench to complete the line change. He wanted to go to the top of the crease where you get the dirty, grimy goals, and it certainly paid off.
It's a smart play because he recognized McLeese was kind of all alone there in the corner. He had to give him an option, and he did just that and got the goal, and he got rewarded for his efforts.
And Critchlow holds it in, shots on goal. Stick save is made by Booth. Rebound behind the net. Randolph tries to calm it down onto his stick. With the help of Uchin, they hold it in the zone. Pass towards the blue line, goes off a skate out to center ice, but the Icemen have it right back. It's Uchin, who's been pretty impressive, I must say, after just coming here from his university days just a couple weeks ago. In fact, he never has played a regular season game in the ECHL, and now it's Uchin. Great look for Critchlow. Forehand goes wide to the glove side. Critchlow, I don't think, got quite all of it as much as he would have wanted, and now a steal from Florida, 2-on-1. It is Thompson, drop pass for Neville. Arnold got back checked from behind. What a play by Rabbit as the net comes crashing off of its pegs. Appleby got slammed into by Arnold. Let's hope that Ken Appleby is okay. The Icemen were scrambling defensively, but the original 2-on-1 was broken up by Hayden Shaw, and then the back checking of Wasey Rabbit did not allow Grant Arnold to get to the puck. Great team defense there after originally giving it up another odd man rush.
Yeah, they gave up another one there, and boy, it was just it was wild as far as what was taking place. Scrambling's a good word to call it there, Arlie, but again, everyone got to their man, and it may not look pretty, and of course it took a hit there on Appleby as well, but they got the job done there and negated what was another rush there by the Everblades. And the Everblades have been kind of challenging the guys up high at the blue line. The Icemen are trying to make those passes. They're cutting it close. They're taking some chances. 48 earlier in the game tried to step up into it when he probably should have dropped back. They got to be a little bit mindful of that. I appreciate the aggressive approach here by the Icemen. They need to generate as much offense as they can because shots have been tough to come by. But you got to be very mindful of the fact that Florida is going to be able to take advantage of those opportunities, and it could lead to a rush.
Now it's the Icemen with a rush. It's Hayden Shaw, 2-on-2 for the moment. Goes cross ice, intended for Fortier. He takes it off the kick plates and drops it behind the net. Newbury loses the handle. McLeese helps out and holds it in the zone. Newbury all the way to the right point. Good look for Mingo. Cross ice, it's Hayden Shaw. Winds and fires. It's deflected wide. Perkovic slams it off the wall. Shaw, does he hold in? Not quite. Comes out to center ice. And the Everblades knock it into the zone. Fortier ahead of Wesolowski. Behind his own net for McLeese. Should mention cleaning up that last foray from Florida. Ken Appleby is fine after getting crashed into. I want to make sure that I alert that to all of you. No problems there. McCarron with a snapshot. It goes wide to the far post. Newbury plays it ahead for Fortier. 2-on-2 with Lalonde set. Fortier needed a line change, so he'll just clear the zone. It's Logan Rowe for the Everblades. Wing to wing for Auger. Auger's over the blue line. Offside will be called. Alex Tonge just a half stride in ahead. 16:24 to go in the second. It remains 1-0 Jacksonville on a goal from Jake Randolph, his first of the postseason. Cam McLeese and Justin Woods assisting. Shots on goal 9-6 in favor of the Everblades. Florida has had a couple of chances in this second period with some odd man rushes, but the Icemen have been able to avert disaster and maintain the lead. It's the Everblades with the puck in their own end. Chipping it off glass and out. Icing's going to be called here against Florida. The Icemen will certainly take that.
I like the pace here the Icemen have come out here with. They're getting some rushes. They seem pretty poised going in the offensive zone there, and that's what they got to continue to do, continue to pressure, again, while also being mindful defensively. But this is a good flow I'm seeing here from the team here, getting some chances down low. Not a ton of shots, but again, they're getting some rhythm offensively and some puck possession, that is.
And Fowley with the forecheck keeps the play moving into the near side boards for Wasey Rabbit. Lalonde set helping out. Auger taps it away. It comes out to center. And Hayden Shaw will forehand right back in. Moving in on the forecheck is Lalonde set. Florida up the boards. Out of the reach of Auger. Shaw brings it back in. And Masella will start behind his own cage. Outlet pass deflects at the line. Bouncing puck. Florida has it. Possible 3-on-2. It is Auger with a wrist shot that is blocked. It comes up high for the Icemen. Lalonde set safely out to center. But again, Jacksonville taking chances that they don't need to necessarily take, especially with a 1-0 advantage. Has not cost them yet, but it is a dangerous game to be sure. It's the Icemen clearing into the Florida end this time. Lalonde set tries to keep it in the zone, unable to. Jacksonville collects inside their own line. It's Mingo. Arnold defending. Mingo cross ice from right to left to Shapiro. Shapiro will forehand in. Booth unable to stop it behind the net. The Everblades get it right back. Flip it high into the air and deep into the Jacksonville zone. No icing here. Newbury plays it for Shapiro, who loses a wheel. Comes loose up into the high slot. Jacksonville trying to skate away with it, and they do. It is Critchlow trying to find Fortier. Poked away by Matt Finn. Finn for Sam Warning. Dropping it back for McCarron as Fortier moves in on the forecheck on Patrick McCarron. McCarron up the wall. Critchlow at the blue line held it in beautifully with his foot, but got a bad break as he kicked it right into his team bench, almost right into the lap of Mikhail Bairden sitting on the bench there. It's a great play. Could have really resulted in something if it wasn't for it being right at the corner of the bench.
Yeah, I think he forgot that he was on the ice and not playing sewer ball out in the concourse before the game. He got a little bit too much underneath that one, and it clipped over there into the bench area.
So the draw comes outside the Everblade line. Florida possesses. It's Riley Wesolowski for Perkovic. Perkovic loses it to Fortier. Can he keep control? Not quite, but Mingo shifts around a man. Great deke by Mingo. Up the head for McLeese, then for Newbury on the left. Shot towards goal goes high and wide, and Karam's all the way out to center. Newbury had the right idea with the McLeese crashing towards the net. But Newbury airmailed that slapper from the top of the circle. It's McLeese again. Pass intended for Newbury. Picked off and cleared out to center once more. Newbury on the backhand. Gains the line onside. Gives it back up in the Everblades counter. Perkovic into the zone. Leaving it for Blake Winicky. Cutting to his left. All the way to the circle. Snapshot is blocked by Mingo. Excellent defensive work there. And a steal from Newbury. Softly out. I don't think it'll reach the goal line. No icing here. We will play on. The Everblades trying to catch Jacksonville on a line change. It's McCarron into the zone. Auger's wrist shot deflects into the corner. McCarron gets it right back. Woods is in pain. He is holding his nose right now. He doesn't know quite where he is, I don't know. Now he blocks another shot. I don't even know if he saw it, and somehow shovels it out on the backhand. And he will head to the bench. The Icemen, not just tonight, but all weekend long, continue to sacrifice the body. That is just playoff hockey right there as we have a stoppage in play.
Yeah, the net came off the moorings. Appleby was trying to signal the official. At first he ignored him, and then when the puck came back down, he was shouting at the official to tell him that the puck or the net came off there and they need to blow the play dead, and that's exactly what they did.
And we will take a break. It's 1-0 Jacksonville, 13:09 to go in the second period. You're listening to Jacksonville Icemen Hockey.
Ever wish we could get a new house?
Yes, and Community First is freezing mortgage rates for up to 75 days, and they pay closing costs.
Ever wish we didn't hire your cousin to fix our leaky roof?
Just keep mopping.
Ready for a new home? The home team at Community First can help by freezing mortgage rates for up to 75 days and paying your closing costs. Learn more at communityfirstfl.org. Community First, love where you bank. Equal housing lender.
Hey fans, be sure to check out ECHL.TV, the live streaming destination for the 2018-19 season. Catch all the latest live action from across the premier AA Hockey League, including multi-game high-definition view and playback functionality on both your PC, mobile, and OTT devices. Visit ECHL.TV today to get into the game and never miss the action. Along with Alex Reed, Arlie Johnson with you on ECHL.TV and on Mixler. 13:09 to go in the second period. The Icemen still nursing this one-goal lead, 1-0. Jake Randolph connecting at 17:13 of the first period, set up from Cam McLeese and also from Justin Woods. Draws in the Icemen zone. Still tied up, nobody can get the handle to it. Finally comes up high for Cody Fowley, who will chip it out of the zone. The Everblades bring it back in. Hayden Shaw trying to clear it, but it goes by everybody. Icing will be called against Jacksonville.
Arlie, one thing I wanted to point out here is, the Icemen only have 6 shots on net, but Florida only has 9 here at this juncture in the hockey game, and I think there's something to be said for that because the Everblades have been, I think, 35 plus shots in all 3 or the first 3 or 4 games, so they've been getting a lot more shots than this at this point in the games than those previous ones. So hats off to the Icemen for doing a pretty good job there as well in limiting some of the Everblades' chances and opportunities.
Yeah, I think the average shots on goal throughout this series going into tonight, 35 on average for Florida,
that's about
under
right.
20 for Jacksonville as the Icemen try to get it steal at center ice. They can't do it. Now they get it free. It's Wasey Rabbit on the left wing. He'll forehand in. Ladd chases after it against Patrick McCarron. Ladd drills McCarron into the glass as Florida moves it up the left wing. Tonj cross ice for Auger. Auger trying to go wide on Shaw, who defends him well with the body and plays it ahead. Will this be icing? It will be. I didn't think he got quite as good a wood as he did on it, but clears at the length of the ice, and we'll bring it into the Icemen zone. Doesn't take away from the strong defensive play, however.
No, not at all. And, we second period last night, it was 15-1 the shots in favor of the Everblades in that period alone. So it's one of those things where I think they've kind of tightened up a little bit there as well. Don't have a ton of chances, but they've limited Florida's chances, and that's good to see. But still plenty of time here with 12:20 to go in the second period.
The Icemen win another face-off and clear it into the Florida end. No icing this time as Justin Wade brings it forward for Tommy Thompson. He'll deflect in. Appleby leaving it for Detzel. Detzel kicks it away from Michael Neville. Uchin tries to clear. Detzel takes the body. Uchin knocks it down low, but the Everblades steal. Neville looks for the turnaround shot. Couldn't get it there, and it's Critchlow taking over for Jacksonville. 3-man rush. Critchlow from center ice, forehands in. Booth loses it to Randolph. Nice work there by Randolph, trying to poke it back, trying to set up Critchlow along the near side half wall. Critchlow to the line for Shapiro. Back around the boards we go, reversing it to the far wall for Uchin. Uchin behind the net for Randolph. Centering feed picked off by Arnold. Critchlow knocked it away from him but couldn't gain possession. And Thompson will backhand it just over the line. Big hit by Neville on Uchin as the Icemen get control in their own end. It's Shapiro, D to D for Mingo. Up the left side, McLeese will deflect into the zone. Fortier gives chase against Masella. Masella by everybody. Icing against the Everblades. I think the Everblades, even though, again, they've only allowed 6 shots in goal, they seem kind of out of sync right now. Not just offensively, little things like that. That's the kind of team that these little things don't usually happen to them, but I find them committing some errors that not necessarily costing them, but you never know what little thing results in a big result.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's a good observation. I mean, they're a team, they break out very well. They set up their plays and their system pretty well and with efficiency. And you're right, the missed pass there, someone not being there, they're just not on the same page here at the moment, which is what's helped them, get all those 30-plus shots in all the games in this series. So it's good point there, Arlie, for sure.
That was almost another icing, but that clear out went all the way in on net. Whistle blows, the puck actually went into the net, but Appleby got his glove jammed by Grant Arnold as he covered up the puck.
Yeah, as the whistle happened, there was all simultaneous there, but he looked as if he did have it covered and had possession of it, and that's why the Everblades aren't going to argue it too much, and he did kind of jam it in there and jar it free.
Earlier this year, ironically, against Florida, the Icemen had a goal actually very similar to that counted. It was a Cale Detzel goal against former Icemen goaltender Jamie Phillips, where he was just slow to put his glove on the puck, and Detzel just beat him to it. This time, no problem, though. Right call was made, certainly with the whistle. No recourse beyond that anyway. It's McLeese against Platzer waiting for the drop of the puck. To the right of Appleby, Jacksonville controls. Woods up the left side. Newbury sweeps it up the wing. Out to center, Perkovic ahead of Fortier, drops it back for Logan Rowe. Then for Masella and for Rowe once more. Outlet pass, Perkovic has it knocked away by Newbury. Masella can't clear into the zone, it would have been offside, so he has to circle back to his own line. Throwing a backhand to Logan Rowe, cross ice look for Platzer, who gets by one man. He's into the zone, up the right side, into the slot, wrist shot, blocker saved by Appleby. Made it look easy, it was anything but. Another chance for Florida, centering feed goes right through the slot as Fortier tries to clear, but Rowe holds in. Logan Rowe dropping it back to the high slot, it's Platzer. Centering feed in front, warning, airmails a turnaround backhand shot. He did not have to make it be that difficult. Shot deflects wide from Florida. This is maybe their best sustained pressure of the night as the Icemen finally get it ahead and clear out to center ice. This will be offside. It was just over the blue line.
Well, them being out of sync didn't last long.
No.
They were definitely in sync right there, and that was the Florida team that we were kind of expecting to see up in zone. They were making the right plays. The guy was in the right spots, and boy, it was a little scary there for the Icemen for a moment, but they survive it. They get their sticks in the way, break up some chances, and of course, a couple shots there, one by Warning, floated wide. So now an offside here against Florida.
Goals have been at a premium for the most part in this series. I think that's even maybe more heightened than it has been tonight. Kind of game where I gotta think 3 goals gets it done. Next goal, critical. If the Icemen can find a way to get a 2-0 advantage, they could be in some excellent shape here tonight. But still, plenty hangs in the balance as of right now. We're just past the midway point of the contest. Jacksonville leads 1-0. The Icemen have the puck in the Florida zone. It is Shaw pinching in. Wrist shot goes well wide, however. Carrying all the way to the right point for Mingo. Looking into the high slot for Rabbit, who pokes it out to center ice. I actually don't mind that because it could have been a breakout for Florida the other way if he didn't knock it away.
Yeah, he poked it out to center, but that little nudge, that little delay there prevented them from a breakaway chance.
Mingo's slap shot is blocked. Foot race for the puck. Auger against Shapiro. Shapiro against a much bigger Auger, and they both go colliding into the wall, but that's well done by Kyle Shapiro. Auger tries to jam it towards the crease, but it's knocked away. Back behind the net, Tonj can't center it. It's Will Onset knocking it free, and again, safely out to the neutral zone. Now it's Will Onset with a steal. Touch pass for Fowley over the blue line. Can't handle it along with Rabbit, and the Everblades chip it off glass and out. Shapiro in a heavy collision again with Auger, as Shapiro ends up with the puck and got the better of that collision, I think. Mingo to the left for Will Onset. He'll snap it around the wall. Booth unable to block it behind the net. Roman Yuchin first on the puck, just onto the ice. About 40 feet away from the net along the wall. Florida collects. It's Wesolowski to the right wing for Arnold. Arnold forehanding in. Cederholm beats Neville to the puck. Double team now. Arnold tries to poke it away, but Woods gets it loose. Woods for Yuchin. Nice move by Yuchin to give himself some more time and space. Backhand feed for Randolph, ends up in the Florida zone, and the Everblades skate out in transition. Arnold 2-on-2 with Thompson. Arnold looks for a trailer, finds one in Logan Rowe. Slap shot is blocked by Yuchin. What a great play by Roman Yuchin. He really felt that one as Masella keeps it in the zone. Masella tries to clear it behind the net, but he puts it over the glass instead and off the protective netting. Roman Yuchin, tremendous play there for him individually. And also, the more I say it, blocked shot by Jacksonville. Blocked shot by Jacksonville. Yeah. It's becoming more and more of a trend right now.
No, it is. And they know what they've got to do here. And they're getting in the lanes. And so they're getting their sticks. They're getting their bodies in that case here in the way. And again, I mean, 10 shots on goal for Florida. In fact, both teams have 1 shot on net here in this period. So, and we're just under 8 minutes to go. So both teams have really tightened things up, but a lot of it has been because of the shot blocking and the Icemen getting the sticks in the lanes there. And that's really key right now as Florida is starting to wake up here a little bit offensively in this period.
Icing against the Icemen once more. Startling stat there, 1 shot apiece.
Yeah.
12 minutes into a period.
It's 10-6 right now in favor of Florida. And we're just obviously a few minutes in the halfway point of regulation. It was 9-5 at the end of the first and 1-1 right now here in the second.
Just a lot of up-down play, but again, I'd be curious to see a stat for blocked shots. I don't think that they quite have the expanded stats here, but it would be heavily in favor of the Icemen, no question about it. Puck at center ice. Who can get the handle? Finally, it's Florida. Platzer at the red line. Man taken down well off the puck. It's Garrett Ladd, who is sitting right at center ice in between the circle. Extremely slow to get up. Well off the puck. No call. We play on. Icing against the Icemen.
Yeah, he got blindsided there at center ice by Perkovic, a much bigger guy. Ladd, not the biggest of guys there, got the worst end of that. And because of an icing right now, he can't get off the ice. He's a little shaken up. They'd like to get him off right now, but he's a little hunched over. You can tell just not feeling too good there. But that was a pretty big hit there. Perkovic got a lot of weight to throw behind it. And feeling it right now is Ladd.
I'm actually a little surprised they didn't let Ladd specifically jump off. They will oftentimes let somebody head to the bench in an injury situation, which I would have to say that was. Maybe not to the level of a trainer coming out, but no doubt he was hurt. And we will play on. It is Auger behind the Jacksonville net, trying to center, but he's double teamed. Again, great defensive hockey from the Icemen. Winicky dropping it for McCarron into the left wing corner. McLeese stands a man up. That allows Mingo to possess, and he'll chip it out to center ice. Bouncing puck there. The Everblades have control. Patrick McCarron on the right wing. Gains the red line before forehanding in. Shaw and McCarron, the defenseman for Florida, go crashing in. Let's see if Jacksonville can catch Florida with a defenseman in deep. It's Ladd with Lalonde set over the blue line. Ladd to the forehand, save made by Booth. He will hold on and take the draw with 6:33 to go and sticks up high after the whistle. And I swear it looked like a Florida player was trying to put his fingers right into the eyes of Garrett Ladd underneath his visor.
Yeah, Ladd's a target all of a sudden. I don't know why. You haven't seen him really stirring the pot. That's not his game. Small guy, but he goes there with the shot, and you're right. He's definitely grabbing the attention of a lot of people, and Ladd right now getting frustrated with the fact that he's been the point of interest here of the Everblades here on this shift. But he got a good shot off, though, right before that. Good rush into the zone, and Ladd skating in there, and from the circle got that one on, and Booth able to control that one above the crease.
Ladd didn't do anything egregious at all. In fact, he took a slash from McCarron. I don't know if it was anything more than a face wash from Auger as opposed to maybe trying to get underneath his visor there. Almost trying to can opener his helmet more than anything else.
Yeah, and it happens a lot after the whistles, those face washes. And I will assure you, I help the guys unload the bus and set up the rooms there on the road, and those gloves, they do not smell good, especially when they're wet and soaking like that. And the face wash is a move that a lot of those guys will use in those situations, and it certainly is not pleasant.
Yeah, it is horrendous. Think of a county dump, and that's any given glove. Puck is into the Jacksonville defensive zone. Florida with a turnaround shot wide of the net. Detzel plays it up the near side, trying to golf it out. Stick up high on Randolph. Again, no call from Sean Fernandez and Matt Minetti. They are letting them play tonight. As the Everblades clear in, Shapiro drives it right back out. Icing Jacksonville with 6:03 on the clock. Max Markowitz, the assistant coach for Jacksonville, with his palms up and extended, like, what does it take? Jason Christie a little more subdued on the bench right now.
Harley, I can report right now the Icemen are out shooting the Everblades in this period 2-1.
Okay.
That last shot by Ladd put him over the edge. So
momentum on Jacksonville's side clearly, as the Everblades got a shot just deflected wide I wonder if Perkovic deflecting it actually might have helped Jacksonville there, because I don't know if Appleby ever would have seen it. The Icemen do chip it off the glass and out. That could have been a screenshot that could have been deadly, as the Everblades play it over their own blue line. Loose puck in the neutral zone, and it's still Florida. Warning, drop pass, slap shot, score from Ben Masella, and we are tied at 1. A one-timer from Ben Masella with 5:37 to go in the second period. It's a 1-1 hockey game.
Yeah, just a drop pass and hammering it in there was Masella. Very similar to that Cedarholm rip that we had there 2 games ago that got the Icemen going. But at some point you figured Florida was going to get one on the board there. That was just a hard rip. Slap shots are very unpredictable. And of course, it was just a screaming shot like that that was set up nicely by the Everblades. And Masella, who came in near the top of the league among defensemen in points, gets the big rip there, kind of filling those shoes, let's say, of Downing's absence with a good goal there and to tie this thing up.
Masella's first goal of the postseason, but he already has 4 helpers. It's a 5-point postseason for Masella, and it's all square at 1. The Icemen trying to clear out of their own zone. Tonj holds in for the moment, but Lancet takes it away from him. He'll drop it back into his own end for Cedarholm, and the Icemen regroup behind their own net. It's Cedarholm for Lancet, outletting it for Fowley, then for Rabbit. Continues it along for Fowley, going one-on-one against Finn. He's deep in the corner, not in shooting position. Fowley tries to play it to the blue line. Auger gets the steal. Ahead for Alex Tonj for the Blades. Tonj on the left wing. Shot is deflected. It comes to Fowley. Fowley chips it off glass, and it ends up off the curved glass by the Everblade bench, resulting in a face-off in the Jacksonville zone. We'll take a quick break. The Everblades have just tied it up off the stick of Ben Masella. It's a 1-1 hockey game. You're listening to Jacksonville Icemen Hockey.
NHL players have amazing talent, and some of the very best developed right here in the ECHL.
Beagles in, he scores!
Now, follow all your favorite ECHL alumni every night on NHL Network's primetime hockey show, NHL Tonight.
Both teams recognize how big this matchup is.
Fire save by Newman. Rebound! Goosebump stuff.
NHL Tonight, every night 6 Eastern on NHL Network.
If you feel that passion is just the start, if you think practice is never over, if you believe speed limits are just for highways, and Saturday mornings aren't made for cartoons. If you try, fail, learn, laugh, repeat, compete, respect, and unite, then you belong on our team. Join now at team.ccmhockey.com.
Arlie Johnson joined by Alex Reed tonight. Jacksonville Icemen Hockey on ECHL.TV and on Mixler. It's a 1-1 hockey game. Jacksonville scoring in the first period. Florida just moments ago tying it. Faceoff is in the Icemen zone to the right of Ken Appleby. Jacksonville controls and flips it out to center ice. Bouncing puck, who's gonna get it? It just trickles deep into the Everblade end. Florida has possession. Justin Wade behind his own net. Fortier, Newbury, and McLeese is the forward line for Jacksonville. And a loose puck at center. Fortier picks it up over the blue line, onside. Snapshot is deflected out of play. Fortier wants to shoot any chance he can. He has not had any chances really tonight until just then.
Yeah, he's been very quiet here, and I think Florida really wanted to focus up on the matchup in this line, kind of keep them quelled a little bit, and they've done a pretty good job of it, aside the fact that, you know, McLeese able to get a point here, but he, ran off there. Fortier just jumped off in that situation, so this line's been a little bit quiet here, but again, it's a quiet game as far as shots. 11-7 now in favor of the Everblades, so 18 total shots in this game, and we're almost at the end of the second period.
Remarkable. Florida wins the draw. They'll skate out through center. It's Neville over the blue line. Playing it behind the Jacksonville net. Touch pass, stays behind the net, comes loose. Jake Randolph trying to pry it loose. Instead, it's Florida. Drop pass to the blue line. Masella with a drive. It's blocked in front. Appleby may have gotten a piece of it. Critchlow tries to clear out. Can't do it yet. It's Arnold dropping it for Thompson at the half boards, far side. Reversing it to the opposite corner. Randolph taking the body on Neville, but Neville takes the puck. To the left point, it's Logan Rowe. Wrist shot in the screen, blocked in front, never reached the net. Shapiro stick handles behind his own net to give him a little more space, chipping it off glass and out. Logan Rowe with it at center ice. Rowe for Auger. Auger going wide on Shapiro. Auger cuts behind the net, tries the wraparound, and got clipped right around the back of the net. He cut the angle too tight, and the Icemen come back. It's Critchlow for Shapiro over the blue line. Shot towards goal is blocked to the opposite wing, and Florida takes over. Auger for Winicky. Winicky over the blue line. Into the corner, McLeese tries to knock it away from John McCarron. Woods is waiting for the loose change. He'll take the body on Winicky. McLeese falls down as he passes the puck to Jacob Cederholm. Cederholm for Fowley. Touch pass, a good look for Rabbit, who chips and chases. Patrick McCarron will beat him by a stride. Poking it into the corner. McLeese gets a piece of it. The Everblades get it right back. It's McCarron, wristing it off glass, and it will roll into the Jacksonville zone for Justin Woods. Now it's Cederholm behind his own net. He collides with a Florida player, allowing Woods to stick handle out. Woods for the Icemen. Nice deke around one man, then another. He's into the zone. Snapshot and a save is made. Rebound for Lancet. Man is down for Jacksonville. Again, no call as Woods is still down on the play. Pinching in from the blue line is Newbury trying to hold in. He gets drilled by Wade again with no call. Everblades counter with a 2-on-2. Platzer with a wrist shot, saved by Appleby. Things are really starting to open up right now as Jacksonville has the puck. Mingo clearing it over the blue line and out. Sam Warning stick handling all the way back into his own end with 2:15 to go in the second period. It's a 1-1 hockey game. The Icemen continue to wonder what it will take for a power play. Crowd seems to wonder the same thing as the Everblades have it behind their own net. They're doing it a little more colorful fashion than I would say, but just wondering. We'll leave it at wondering. Jacksonville with control once more. It's in their own territory. Mingo on the left wing. Slowly through center. Plays it for Uchin. Uchin clears in. Florida on the puck easily as the Icemen complete a change on the fly. 1:37 to go in the second period. It's Rowe behind his own net. Uchin now heads to the bench as the Everblades get it to center ice and play into the zone. Rabbit ahead of Neville, leaving the puck into the corner for Detzel. Around the wall, the Everblades keep it in. Patrick McCarron shot in the screen. How did Appleby see it and glove it? Sticks up high again with a maze of players in front. And things continue to get a little testy here. Michael Neville involved for Florida. I'm not even sure who he's drawing the ire of for the Icemen.
Well, that, no doubt you mentioned it. How did Appleby see that puck? I have no clue there. A shot from the right side boards there, and they got it through, and Appleby able to get a piece of it there. But he had a good positioning on the post, and for the tough angle shot, it's exactly where he needs to be. But he was able to get it pretty effectively. No second chance opportunity. Covered it up, and then started the little skirmish there as everyone kind of got close together.
Draw will be to Appleby's left, who has now saved 12 of 13 shots tonight. Chris Lancet against Tommy Thompson, waiting for the drop of the puck. It is the Everblades controlling briefly anyway. Loose into the corner. Lancet tries to knock it loose. Shapiro gets it free, and the Icemen skate out of the zone. Newbury, cross ice, tape to tape for Detzel, who will clear it in. Booth blocks it behind his own net. He'll try and play it himself around the wall. All the way to the blue line, and Florida still controls. Skating in is Thompson, now in the final minute of the second period. Sharp angle shot from Thompson, who gets slammed into the glass by Detzel as the Icemen play it through center ice.
Another big hit by Detzel.
Four-man rush if you want it for Jacksonville, but they choose to just settle change instead. Newbury, a soft toss on net. Save made by Booth, no rebound. The Icemen will take that with an offensive zone draw with 46 ticks to go.
That's right, I didn't mean to interrupt there, but again, a big hit by Detzel along the backboards on Thompson. And we've seen a lot of big hits in this game, just quietly throughout though, but both teams playing hard or finishing their checks, and it's kind of like a pivotal Game 5, Arlie.
Yeah, and mostly clean, I will say. I mean, part of that is the officials just letting him play, but I mean, there's only been one power play combined in this game. The Icemen had it and did not convert. Florida yet to have a power play so far. As the Everblades win the draw, they'll skate out. McCarron with Auger, two big forwards as Auger tries to step around the man. It is Hayden Shaw standing him up and making an excellent play as the Icemen try to clear out. Winicky holds in, bumped off the play by Fowley and cleared out by Rabbit. Auger tries to bring it back in, would have been offside. He has to wait a little bit. They clear the zone, will play on. It's Shaw for Rabbit with 15 seconds to go in the period. Rabbit again clears out to center. Florida brings it back in. The Icemen, one final rush lead pass. It's McLeese over the blue line, but he was nowhere near scoring position. He'll just play it down low, and I believe time will expire here. 2 seconds, 1, there's your horn. And it is a 1-1 hockey game after 2 periods of play. Going back to your scoring, it's the Icemen taking the lead in the first period. Jake Randolph, his first of the postseason, set up by Cam McLeese and Justin Woods at 17-13 of the first period. Shots on goal in the first, Florida with 9, Jacksonville with 5. In the second period, the Everblades respond and equalize off the stick of Ben Masella, his first of the postseason as well, at 14-23. Shots on goal in that period, 4 apiece. So total shots on goal through 2. Florida with 13, Jacksonville with 9. Goals at a premium, shots at a premium, and we are at a 1-1 deadlock after 2 periods of play. When we come back, we'll go through the ECHL scoreboard, tell you what's going on around the league in the postseason, and also give you a preview of the third period ahead as the Icemen try to take a series lead tonight in Game 5 of this best-of-7 series with the Florida Everblades. It's 1-1 after 2 periods. You're listening to Jacksonville Icemen Hockey on Mixlr and ECHL.tv. Tonight's game is brought to you by the ECHL, celebrating its 31st season of affordable family entertainment. The ECHL would like to thank everyone in attendance for your support of ECHL hockey. The ECHL would also like to recognize the following league sponsors: AMI Graphics, the official signage provider; BFL Canada Risk and Insurance, and Sutton Special Risk, sponsors of the 2019 ECHL Hall of Fame induction ceremony. The Migray Group, your source for game-worn jerseys. CCM Hockey, the official on-ice equipment provider. Coco 5, the official hydration beverage of the ECHL. Ephesus Lighting, the preferred lighting partner of the ECHL. Geico, the official auto insurance of the ECHL. Howie's Hockey Tape, the official hockey tape and a lace provider. In Glasgow, the official puck provider. Warrior, the official protective wear provider. And the Fairley Group, the official commercial insurance provider of the ECHL. Catch all the live ECHL action in high definition by logging on to ECHL.tv.
Ever wish we could get a new house?
Yes, and Community First is freezing mortgage rates for up to 75 days, and they pay closing costs.
Ever wish we didn't hire your cousin to fix our leaky roof?
Just keep mopping.
Ready for a new home? The home team at Community First can help by freezing mortgage rates for up to 75 days and paying your closing costs. Learn more at communityfirstfl.org. Community First, love where you bank. Equal housing lender.
Hey fans, be sure to check out ECHL.tv, the live streaming destination for the 2018-19 season. Catch all the latest live action from across the premier AA Hockey League, including multi-game high-definition view and playback functionality on both your PC, mobile, and OTT devices. Visit ECHL.tv today to get into the game and never miss the action.
A cool change is in the air, and professional hockey is back in Jacks. The Jacksonville Icemen are scoring goals and thrilling fans all season long. Tickets start at just $10 for an incredible game day experience. Come on out to Veterans Memorial Arena, feel the chill of winter, and watch the puck drop. The legacy begins now. JacksIcemen.com.
NHL players have amazing talent, and some of the very best developed right here in the ECHL.
Beagles in, he scores!
Now, follow all your favorite ECHL alumni every night on NHL Network's primetime hockey show, NHL Tonight.
Both teams recognize how big this matchup is.
Fire save by Newman. Rebound!
Goosebump stuff.
NHL Tonight, every night 6 Eastern on NHL Network.
If you feel that passion is just the start, if you think practice is never over, if you believe speed limits are just for highways, and Saturday mornings aren't made for cartoons, if you try, fail, learn, laugh, repeat, compete, respect, and unite, then you belong on our team. Join now at team.ccmhockey.com.
What is your role in the fight against cancer? The answer could be as simple as driving your car. For many cancer patients, getting to and from treatment is one of their toughest challenges. The American Cancer Society needs volunteer drivers to help provide transportation for people in your community. Through the gift of a lift in your car, you can help patients take one more step in the road to recovery. Get in the driver's seat in the fight against cancer. To find out more, call your American Cancer Society at 1-800-227-2345 or visit cancer.org.
We are back at the VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Arlie Johnson with you, along with Alex Reed. It's a 1-1 hockey game after 2 periods of play between the Jacksonville Icemen and Florida Everblades. This is Game 5 of the best-of-7 series, South Division semifinals. 2 games apiece right now. All teams have won on home ice thus far. Florida winning games 1 and 2 at home. Jacksonville winning games 3 and 4 at home. Let's quickly move to the ECHL scoreboard. First time all postseason that it has been a full slate around the league. 8 games around the league. No sweeps, by the way, in the first round, which I'm a little bit surprised at, but carry on we will. There is one series that has closed out tonight, however. It did just happen. From the North Division, the Manchester Monarchs, congratulations to them, as a 3 seed in the North Division. They have defeated the Adirondack Thunder tonight by a final score of 7-1, winning that series in 5 games overall. Also in the North Division, a final from earlier today. Give a ton of credit to the Brampton Beast. Brampton trailed the first place Newfoundland Growlers 3-0 in that series, but Brampton, with a couple more home games, respond. They win games 4 and 5 at home and send that series off back to the Rock in St. John's, Newfoundland for Game 6 of that series. That game, by the way, is going to be on April the 23rd in St. John's. Now to the South Division, Alex, and we've got the Orlando Solar Bears trying to close out their series tonight. They have a 4-2 lead at South Carolina after 2 periods of play. Orlando leads that series already 3-1. They're just 20 minutes away potentially from closing it out and advancing to the South Division finals.
Yeah, they are. And 2 names I see here on the score sheet for Orlando, Hunter Fegis and Yanni Tamala. I mean, they just got those guys here this week. I mean, 2 big difference makers there. If Orlando was already playing pretty good hockey coming down the stretch, feeling pretty good about themselves, they were already going to be tough to contend with. Now you add those 2 guys into the mix. So the winner of this series, whoever it's going to be, whether it be Florida or Jacksonville, they're going to have their hands full with an Orlando club. And I think you're right here, Arlie. I mean, it looks as if they're going to be closing this one out. There's still another period, but those guys are big playmakers and big-time performers. And I think that's going to bode very well for Orlando if they were to advance into the second round.
I couldn't agree more. Florida is scary good throughout the course of the regular season, but I think Orlando was very much on par with them in the closing month or so of the regular season and now into the postseason. I think that they are peaking at just the right time. Hopefully the Icemen, assuming things go well in the next 3 to 5 days here, hopefully they'll have something to say about it as well. But Orlando looking good, 4-2 lead. It's not over yet. It's after 2 periods of play, but South Carolina needs a big-time comeback at home just to extend that series. Elsewhere around the league, let's move to the Central Division, where the Cincinnati Cyclones have a 3-1 lead over the Kalamazoo Wings, trying to close that series out tonight in Kazoo. But the Wings have the lead after 2 periods of play. It's a 2-1 contest for Kalamazoo with 1 more period to go. Again, Kalamazoo trying to stay in that series. Elsewhere in the Central Division, the Toledo Walleye against the Fort Wayne Comets. They are playing Game 5 in Toledo. I believe that is the only series in the ECHL, in the first round anyway, that does not have a 2-3-2 format. They try and do what they can to work it around, quite frankly, arena availability around a number of different places, and that may have just been what happened there. So it's a traditional 2-2-1-1-1 format in that series. So Toledo, because of that, has the opportunity to close things out at home tonight.
And I think the proximity between the 2 cities really helps with that. I think they're only about an hour and 45 minutes away. So it's a good regional rivalry between the 2. They've met in the postseason several times. Not a lot of love lost between those 2 teams. But yeah, they're probably able to work that out because of the proximity and the fact they both had the available dates in their buildings.
Speaking of that game, we haven't even told you the score yet. After 1 period, after 1 period of play, it is Fort Wayne on the road trying to stay alive, and they have the lead at Toledo. 1-0 is your score. Finally, we move to the Mountain Division, where the first place Tulsa Oilers and 4th place Kansas City Mavericks are right where we are. 2 games apiece going into Game 5. Game 5 in Kansas City. They are scoreless through 1 period of play today, and they have yet to drop the puck tonight in Utah, where the Utah Grizzlies are hosting the Idaho Steelheads. Idaho leads that series 3-1. They will look to try and close out that series later on tonight. Puck drops at 9:05 local time here in Jacksonville. We will take another break and return in just a moment. We'll preview what is ahead for the third period. Also want to make sure that you know about a great party watch for the Icemen coming up in just a couple of days that hopefully if you're an Iceman fan, you will not want to miss. It's 1-1 after 2 periods of play between the Icemen and Florida Everblades. You are listening to Jacksonville Icemen Hockey.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the ECHL, celebrating its 31st season of affordable family entertainment. The ECHL would like to thank everyone in attendance for your support of ECHL hockey. The ECHL would also like to recognize the following league sponsors: AMI Graphics, the official signage provider; BFL Canada Risk and Insurance; and Sutton Special Risk, sponsors of the 2019 ECHL Hall of Fame induction ceremony. The Migray Group, your source for game-worn jerseys; CCM Hockey, the official on-ice equipment provider; Coco 5, the official hydration beverage of the ECHL; Ephesus Lighting, the preferred lighting partner of the ECHL; Geico, the official auto insurance of the ECHL; Howie's Hockey Tape, the official hockey tape and lace provider; in Glasgow, the official puck provider; Warrior, the official protective wear provider; and the Fairley Group, the official commercial insurance provider of the ECHL. Catch all the live ECHL action in high definition by logging on to ECHL.tv.
Ever wish we could get a new house?
Yes, and Community First is freezing mortgage rates for up to 75 days, and they pay closing costs.
Ever wish we didn't hire your cousin to fix our leaky roof?
Just keep mopping.
Ready for a new home? The home team at Community First can help by freezing mortgage rates for up to 75 days and paying your closing costs. Learn more at communityfirstfl.org. Community First, love where you bank. Equal housing lender.
Hey fans, be sure to check out ECHL.tv, the live streaming destination for the 2018-19 season. Catch all the latest live action from across the premier AA Hockey League, including multi-game high-definition view and playback functionality on both your PC, mobile, and OTT devices. Visit ECHL.tv today to get into the game and never miss the action.
A cool change is in the air, and professional hockey is back in Jacks. The Jacksonville Icemen are scoring goals and thrilling fans all season long. Tickets start at just $10 for an incredible game day experience. Come on out to Veterans Memorial Arena, feel the chill of winter, and watch the puck drop. The legacy begins now. JacksIcemen.com.
NHL players have amazing talent, and some of the very best developed right here in the ECHL.
Beagles in, he scores!
Now, follow all your favorite ECHL alumni every night on NHL Network's primetime hockey show, NHL Tonight.
Both teams recognize how big this matchup is.
Fire save by Newman. Rebound!
Goosebump stuff.
NHL Tonight, every night 6 Eastern on NHL Network.
If you feel that passion is just the start, if you think practice is never over, if you believe speed limits are just for highways, and Saturday mornings aren't made for cartoons, if you try, fail, learn, laugh, repeat, compete, respect, and unite, then you belong on our team. Join now at team.ccmhockey.com.
What is your role in the fight against cancer? The answer could be as simple as driving your car. For many cancer patients, getting to and from treatment is one of their toughest challenges. The American Cancer Society needs volunteer drivers to help provide transportation for people in your community. Through the gift of a lift in your car, you can help patients take one more step in the road to recovery. Get in the driver's seat in the fight against cancer. To find out more, call your American Cancer Society at 1-800-227-2345 or visit cancer.org.
We're back at the ViStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Arlie Johnson, Alex Reed with you on ECHL.tv and on Mixler. It's a 1-1 hockey game between the Icemen and Florida Everblades. Game 5 of this best-of-7 series. The series is tied 2 games apiece. That means, Alex, that we have guaranteed at least a trip to beautiful, historic Estero, Florida for Game 6, or at least You have earned it. I will unfortunately be staying here. But I might have an opportunity to watch the game just the same. Game 6, Monday night at 7:30 in Estero, Jacksonville at Florida. There is a watch party for the Jacksonville Icemen that I want to make sure all of you are aware of at Dick's Wings in the Argyle section of Jacksonville. That's on Youngerman Circle. Game time at 7:30. By all means, get there early. Get yourself settled. Grab your wings, grab your beer, grab your drink of choice or whatever it happens to be. But if you want to be hanging out watching the Icemen game on the road with some fellow Icemen fans, that is the place to be on Monday night.
No, it definitely is, and it's always great to come out and watch the game. I mean, all the fans here are having a great time being together here for the home ice, but it's even better when you can go watch the game in an atmosphere where you can chant, you can cheer, and it's great that Dick's Wings has been continuing with the game watching party just to keep the excitement going here while the team is on the road.
So that again is going to be Monday evening, puck drop at 7:30, but I strongly suggest you get there earlier than that. All right, Alex, we got a couple minutes to go before the third period starts. Let's talk about a couple of keys to what needs to happen for the Icemen to complete this 3-game playoff homestand and make it a clean sweep, not of the series, obviously, but of these 3 home games.
Yeah, I think for the Icemen, they've just got to really continue what they're doing right now. I mean, they've held Florida to 13 shots. They've done an excellent job there. They do got to try to generate a few more opportunities, but they do have to be very careful. Like we talked about, they're taking some risk, and I don't think the Everblades are a team you need to be taking risk against. So they got to be very careful about that. Keep it tight checking here, but I kind of felt towards the end of that period, Florida started to get their momentum, started to find their legs and their groove there. So I would expect Florida to come out with that same intensity and perseverance. So it's going to be up for the Icemen to kind of survive the first few minutes of that period and then get them in a groove. And again, the next goal, how big is it going to be? I mean, I would have to say, as we look here, I mean, yeah, a next goal in the game makes it a 1-goal game, but the way this game's going and the limited amount of shots, that could be enough. Just one more goal in this game, and we'll see if that remains to be true here. And then, of course, the other factor is this is the 3rd game in 3 days. We're now in the 3rd period of that game. We've seen it in the regular season. It's going to get tough. The guys' legs are going to get heavy a little bit. It's going to be a little bit of mental toughness and focus here on both sides. We'll see if that plays a factor here as the game wears on late in the period.
And I think also because it's playoff hockey, and we kind of alluded to this a little bit last night at a certain point, that you do not want to be the guy that makes the mistake. You want to be, everything has to be safe. Everything has to be simple. Don't make the outlandish play to try and be a hero. You want to make sure you do things the right way, but in a way that slows the game down as well. And you're 1-to-1, I'd be hard-pressed to think that there's more than just one goal, maybe with an empty netter or something like that, because you just got to make sure that you do the right things. You cannot let an odd man rush happen. You can't gamble in a situation like this, especially from Jacksonville's perspective. You just have to make things have to just kind of come organically almost. Crash the net, grimy goals, just like Jake Randolph's was in the first period. I think that's going to be the key to success here for the Icemen if they're going to win this one.
And you said they might slow the game down, and I think that's a benefit for the Icemen. The Everblades don't want this game to be slowing down. They're a run-and-gun team. They want to come in there, come at you in waves and with numbers. So that actually would bode well and probably better for the Icemen. They can't quite get lulled into it. They've got to go out and get some chances themselves, smart chances, get in there and get some more shots on Booth. We've talked about it. Booth gives up a lot of rebounds, but he's very good on the first save, but he does give up those second chance opportunities. But when you only got 9 shots on net, you're not getting enough shots in on Booth. So Icemen have got to find a way to get to him. And again, crashing the net, we talked about it. That was a key at the beginning of the game, and they were rewarded with a goal by doing so.
So it's not going to be easy for either club, but the key word I think has got to be energy. Find a way to get some energy. Find it in your reserve tank. Find an extra level, so somewhere you got to find a turbo boost somewhere in there when you need it most. Third period is underway of this pivotal Game 5 in this best-of-7 series. We're knotted up 2 games apiece. The Icemen have control of the puck, and they'll redirect into the Florida zone. Takes a crazy bounce. It goes to Rabbit. Forehand and a save by Booth. Rebound for Lalonde set, and the Icemen get their first crack towards goal early in this period. Rabbit tries to knock it away for Fowley. Fowley in the right wing corner, throws it on goal. Save is made, rebound into the slot, but the Everblades skated out. Good opening shift there, however, from Jacksonville, as Appleby plays it up the right side all the way to Fowley. Fowley gives it up, and the Everblades have it inside their own line.
Couple quick shots there on Booth, couple rebounds as we said there. But he's good at controlling those rebounds as far as directional. But again, that's what the Icemen have to do. Just get some chances in on him, challenge him a little bit, make him work.
We have an offside call against Florida. Stoppage in play with just 51 seconds gone by in this period. And the draw will be outside the Jacksonville line. It's McLeese, Newbury, and Fortier up front. And the Everblades control. It's Masella, defended by Fortier. Feeding to Rowe on the left wing. Cross ice look for McCarron as it jump off his skate. He retrieves it and clears in. Mingo tries to glove it down to his stick. Paired up with Winicky as the Everblades going to centering pass away, but it's knocked free by Shaw for Jacksonville. Not cleared yet. Auger looks for the wraparound shot. He could have put it in front. Instead, it's Florida with a centering feed and a goal. Blake Winicky scores to put Florida on top 2-1 with 18:45 to go in the third.
Well, there's that line. They're always in front of the net. They always seem to be there in front of the net there. The Icemen just did not do a good job there clearing them out of there. I know it's tough to clear big guys up, but you got to at least tie them up. Both of those guys were wide open, Auger and McCarron, and then, of course, Winicky there as well, getting down there with the tally. So that's that top line. Again, they go to the net hard, but you can't have three guys standing at the top of the crease and not being tied up at all. And as good as the Icemen have been defensively here in this game, that was just kind of one of those moments where they just weren't very sound against the top line for Florida.
Yeah, Appleby had no shot whatsoever. I actually thought that Auger was going to be trying to just roof it himself, and he had an opening.
He did.
But he saw the ice better than I did, without question. Going across the goal mouth with the pass to Blake Winicky, who potted it into a wide open net. Nothing Appleby could have done about it. It is a 2-1 hockey game, and the Everblades are right back. But a nice poke check by Detzel knocks it free and brings it back into the Everblades zone. So for the first time tonight, the Icemen will be the team trailing in this contest. Down by 1. It is Detzel up the right wing for Lancet. He'll redirect into the Florida zone. Booth playing it around the wall for Perkovic. Perkovic, wing to wing for Warning, who flies into the zone and then stops immediately at the blue line. Left wing side, playing it to the boards for Platzer. Platzer with a cross ice look. It's Patrick McCarron with a bomb, and a blocker save is made by Appleby. Rebound for Uchin, who stick handles behind his own net. On his backhand, he's got Platzer right on his tail, takes him down, but the Icemen do get it out to center ice. Mingo curls back into his own zone, plays it indirectly, trying to set up Critchlow, but it's stolen by the Everblades. Finn with a wrist shot, that is blocked. Comes up high for Randolph, who falls down, and Finn holds it in again. Finn, drop pass for Arnold, and a one-timer and a score, and it is 3-1 Everblades.
Opportunistic Everblades, there they are. And again, nothing the Icemen did wrong there. Just losing an edge there was Randolph, and it led to the turnover and eventually the goal here in the odd man rush. And just like that, the quick strike Blades come right out of the gates here and now kind of shell-shocked the Icemen here. But that's just an unfortunate play there. Again, it was a good play by Randolph to block the shot, glove it down, tried to skate it over to the board, just lost an edge, ended up losing the puck in the process there. And then again, Florida took advantage.
Matt Finn, the only assist on Grant Arnold's goal, his first goal of the postseason. And the Icemen and their crowd currently shell-shocked. A pair of goals in the opening 2:34 of this third period. Florida on top 3-1. They're looking for more. It is Auger turning at the circle left side. Drops it down low. Looking for Alex Tange. Cederholm takes the body on him. Tries to chip ahead for Rabbit. Rabbit for Lancet. Lancet cross ice for Woods, who gets it ahead for Fowley and deflects in. Booth leaving it for Masella. Lancet stands him up behind the net. Rabbit trying to get the puck free, and he has it. It is Wasey Rabbit spinning away from Auger, dropping it into the corner for Fowley. Some cycling work being done by the Icemen here. Lancet and Masella collide. Puck squirts to the opposite wing, and the Everblades have it and clear it. It is McCarron for Masella. Masella ahead for Perkovic. Perkovic wrists it on goal. Save made by Appleby. Rebound for Tange to the blue line. Platzer with a drive and a save made by Appleby without a rebound. Draw will come to his left with 16:25 to go. So Florida obviously has gained momentum here, Alex, now with a 3-1 lead. This is where Florida is at their best defensively. You think that they are stifling in an ordinary game. When they've got a lead in the third period, it's that much more difficult. I think Jacksonville's got to score awful quick, maybe in the next 5 minutes or so, to make it much more interesting. Otherwise, it's going to get tougher and tougher.
Well, the first goal they scored, I thought, well, the good news for the Icemen, it came very early in the period, but now they scored that second goal. Now it's a 2-goal deficit here for Jacksonville, who again only has the 10 shots on net. They haven't been generating enough offense. So you're right. Now for the Everblades, they can really play with that more disciplined style, and it's going to make it even tougher here for Jacksonville. They're going to have to persevere. They're going to have to stay with it. Still plenty of time here, but again, the 2 goals surrendered early, a big key here. Not just the one, the fact that there was 2.
Florida has the puck. It's deep in their own end at this point. Wesolowski, circle to circle for Justin Wade. McLeese defends on Wade as the pass goes to the left side for Sam Warning. Dropping it back for Wesolowski. The Everblades clearly in no rush right now. They've got their 2 goals. I assume that they're just going to try and preserve it and wait for some Jacksonville mistakes. And here's another one. It's Finn cutting to the backhand side, poked away by Jacksonville. Here come the Icemen. 2-on-2 breakout. Fortier with Newbury. Fortier with a wrist shot that is blocked, and it's cleared away by Finn. Finn for Platzer. Platzer to the left side for Finn again. Critchlow breaks it up, starts the rush forward. He's got Randolph with him. Over the blue line, Randolph is onside. Wrist shot and a save is made. Rebound cleared into the corner by the Everblades. There's another one of those rebounds that you were talking about there, Alex, but the Icemen just couldn't get there, and the Everblades clear the zone. Icing will be called. Draw into the Everblades zone with 15-18 to go in the third.
I mean, that's it. Get the puck to him. There will be rebounds with him. Again, he made the first save, but if there was a guy there, might have had a chance there at top of the crease. Booth kind of, he kind of struggles there when there's a big wild scramble in the crease. So the Icemen got to get some bodies down there. And Arlie, we were talking about it. With the Everblades playing that defensive style, the Icemen down by 2 goals. They're going to have to now take those risks, those chances that could open up things there for Florida back the other way. So that's the position that Jacksonville's in at the moment.
Yeah, the question is, at what point do you do that?
Yeah.
Maybe it's right now. Maybe you wait 5 more minutes or so. It's, we'll have to watch to see if some of these defensemen activate into the play for Jacksonville as they flip it in towards Booth, who will skate well out of his crease to just let the puck trickle into his lap and take another draw. 15:06 to go in the third period. It's Florida on top now by a score of 3-1. And Jacksonville trying to find a way to get back into this contest, but they need a pair in the final 15 minutes just to send this one to OT. It's Lalanset winning the faceoff for Cederholm. Cederholm for Rabbit, shot in the screen, never reached the net. Rabbit trying to keep it in, and somehow he does. Looking for Fowley on the near side boards. Fowley on his backhand. Can he get it to the blue line? No, he'll play it down low instead. Lalanset for Rabbit. Poked it towards the slot, but it's knocked away by Florida. Not cleared yet. Woods holds it in. Great play trying to set up Rabbit. Cleared out by the Everblades. Cederholm for Fowley, offside on Jacksonville. Rabbit was nowhere near getting back into the zone in time. And a line change here for the Icemen.
Yeah, Fowley was ready to go to take it in there, and Rabbit was deep in the zone, just striding to get back. Obviously just couldn't get back there in time. And again, a little bit of a flurry there, but Icemen are going to have to continue to try to get some momentum there in the offensive zone and get some opportunities here now.
Faceoff will be right at the center ice faceoff dot. Jacksonville controls. It's Detzel up the right for Uchin, who takes a huge hit from Wade. No call from the officials yet again. That hit was up high, but will play on. Randolph trying to feed it for Critchlow into the corner. He gets dropped by Wade as Detzel keeps it in the zone. Florida playing awful physical. I think maybe they realize that they can get away with it because the officials are letting them play tonight. Jacksonville tries to keep it in again, and the net comes off of its pegs. And we will have a draw, I believe, still in the Everblades zone with 14-13 to go. And it is getting chippy out there right now.
Yeah, it is getting chippy. And looking at before the series started, we were down in Estero, and they had a team meeting to kind of, scout the opponent a little bit. And the word on Wade was he likes to hit, especially in the open ice. So, I don't think this is surprised. The Icemen are surprised by the fact Wade's throwing the weight around, but he's been very effective. 2 big hits there in the shift there for Wade. And as you said, it is getting a little chippy here as the game goes on here. If the Icemen find themselves in a position where, they don't feel like it's going to happen, you could see them try to maybe throw a little bit back there because, there's still going to be a lot of hockey to play here in this series. But again, still plenty of time here in this one.
Face off to the left of Booth. Jacksonville has it. Fowley with a sharp angle shot denied by Booth. Gets it right back. Centering feed to Lancet. Can't pull the trigger. Rabbit gets it back in the right wing corner. He'll try the opposite wing, but McCarron beats Fowley to the puck and clears it away. Woods playing it back into his own end for Lancet and then for Cedarholm. Cross ice look, Lancet redirects into the Everblades zone. Masella beats him to it, however. Auger kicks it back into his own end. Lancet fights for it and wins it behind the net. Centering pass, Rabbit with a backhander, saved by Booth. He just got enough with the left pad. I'm not even sure if Rabbit was intending to shoot it that time, but it ended up on goal. And now the net is off of its pegs yet again, well behind the play, as Auger stares Rabbit down at center ice.
Well, Booth's momentum took him slightly to the right when that puck hit off the stick of Rabbit and nearly clipped in short side there past Booth. Boy, that would have been big for this Iceman club there, but good adjustment by Booth. Got a piece of it, I believe, with the stick. His momentum was going right. He just kind of eased out that stick enough to get a piece of it and keep it out.
We'll keep it here with 13:30 to go in the third period. Jacksonville trailing 3-1. Looking for what would be a remarkable comeback against the Everblades tonight. Florida, not a team to give up leads. Jacksonville, unfortunately, the propensity for them is not many come from behind victories as well. So they're really going to need to get lightning in a bottle tonight and find a way to make this next 13 minutes and change the best 13 minutes they've played all season.
Yeah, Jacksonville's not been the best comeback team on the season there. So many times they've gone into the third period trailing, and they've not come away with very many wins in those periods. So we'll see. It's a little bit of adversity right now and for this club. And this is not the regular season anymore. This is the playoffs. So they know that the extra effort here is going to be needed to get back in this hockey game.
Faceoff will be outside the Icemen blue line. Jacksonville has Cam McLeese, Max Fortier, and Chris Newbury. This line has been held in check tonight, although McLeese does have a pretty assist on Jake Randolph's goal. But for the most part, not too many chances for this line, whereas last night and the night before, they were front and center.
Got Newbury next to Perkovich. Those two very similar roles, kind of antagonizers, and a couple of egos there going at one another before this face-off.
Puck rolls into the Florida end, another big collision. Wade takes Newbury down. They both get right back up as the Icemen get the puck. McLeese trying to shield the puck with his body along the left wing corner. Knocks it away from Platzer. Still spinning away from Platzer. Great work along the boards as it rolls right towards Booth, who finally clears it away towards the boards. Mingo holds it in. Bouncing puck. Mingo dropping it into the corner for Newbury. Newbury with one hand on the stick, trying to get away from Wade yet again. Florida chips it off glass high into the air and out of the zone.
A good strong shift there by Wade, not only because of the hit on Newbury, but he boxed out Newbury from getting to the front of the net. That puck was sitting there. If Newbury can get to the net, he's going to have a good chance there at the top of the crease, but just good strength there being showed by Wade on that shift.
It's Booth playing it into an open corner. Big collision, two-man hit from the Icemen. Trying to get the puck free. It's Critchlow for a Randolph, shot on goal and a save by Booth from a sharp angle. Florida clears out, and it comes back for Mingo inside his own line. Mingo curling away from Grant Arnold. Off the end boards, a self-pass, looking for Critchlow, back for Mingo. Critchlow once more at the blue line, trying to get it away from a Florida forechecker, and it ends up deep in the Jacksonville zone. 12:09 to go in the third period. Uchin for the Icemen, headmanning it for Randolph, who has the Icemen's only goal tonight. He'll move in. Masella taps it away from him. Row around the wall. It goes off the dasher. Takes a crazy bounce over the glass and I believe into the Everblade bench. 11:58 to go in the third period. It remains Florida 3, Jacksonville 1.
Looking at that last shift there by the Icemen, you can kind of see the urgency a little bit on them. They're now they're banging up along the boards. They're trying to go hard after the puck. You can see a little extra pep in their step. I guess they are sensing that urgency here right now, trailing by 2.
Lancet, Fowley, and Rabbit up front. This line trying to get moving in the right direction as well, but Florida wins the draw. McCarron clears it ahead for Auger. Auger, indirect pass for Winicky. Cedarholm beats him to it, but it's Blake Winicky who has the go-ahead goal very early in this third period. Florida has extended it to 3-1 since then. Cedarholm gains the line. Florida can't clear out the first time, but the second time they do get it away. Fowley tries to knock it free, but the Everblades steal. Possible 2-on-1. McCarron on the right side, centering feed, and a score. It's Winicky again, and it's a 4-1 lead for Florida.
Yeah, they're rolling right now, and again, another odd man rush, and you can't give them too many. We talked about it. Icemen were very lucky early in the game that they didn't convert, but here they did, and it was just a battle one up along the boards that springboard them there, able to springboard them the other way, and McCarron, even though he was getting harassed from behind a little bit there, got the pass across to Winicky. The Icemen didn't pick him up, and again, nothing Appleby can do on that one. These backdoor plays wide open. Appleby just not getting the help there from the defense here, especially in the third. I'm a little surprised the way this third period started.
Winicky's second goal of the period. McCarron and Masella assisting for Ben Masella. That's a 3-point night for the defenseman as well. As Jacksonville defensively not able to sustain things against the Everblades. And here comes Florida yet again. It's Thompson with a wrist shot, gloved by Appleby. And the draw will come to his left. And you got to wonder at this point, and we talked about it just before the third period started, about the exhaustion level of both of these teams. You know, it's a two-way street, of course, but Jacksonville just seems like their legs are a little heavier right now.
It does seem that way, which is surprising considering they've been the team playing here at home. But Florida definitely went another gear here. They've kind of found that groove that has made them so successful here this season. And again, we kind of sensed it maybe at the tail end of that second period, and they've come right out of the gates, the 3 goals here. It's been a very tough period here for Jacksonville.
11 minutes to go in the frame. The Icemen now trailing 4-1. And the Everblades again putting the clamps down defensively on the Icemen as Finn plays it to an open side. It's stolen by Jacksonville. Newberry with a drive just wide of the far post. Detzel pinches in, holds the zone, looking for Uchin in the corner. Finn knocks it free from him for Patrick McCarron. McCarron stick handles up the right side, looking for Tanj. Did not get a piece of it with the stick, so icing ensues here from the Everblades. Every little thing like this, sometimes it's just the little things like an offensive zone face-off that maybe can create something. Jacksonville is, clinging at opportunities right now, trying to find a way to get some pressure on Booth. They don't want it to just be one and done. They want to try and find a way to have some sustained pressure. Very difficult to do right now.
Yeah, they just can't seem to break through, and then when the opportunities are right in front of the net, they just can't get their sticks on it. They go for it, but Florida's just kind of clogging that middle right now, and they can do that at this point with the 3-goal cushion. They don't necessarily have to play kind of man-to-man. They can keep the Icemen to the outside. But the second chance opportunities are there. The Icemen just got to get to that area, and they've not seemed to be able to do that here, at least not in this period.
Yeah, I think Florida's size also playing a role there. They are a massive team. They were last year as well. And, credit head coach Brad Ralph, assistant coach Tad O'Had for building a roster this way. Not just this year, but last year as well, with a lot of different faces, yet the size remains about the same. And it's just tough to get through those guys for a sustained period of time.
Yeah, they say that speed kills in hockey, but and I think in this league, the size and skill, that combination is more important than the speed aspect of it, because you can do so much with it.
Everblades in their own zone, tap it ahead for Platzer. Skating out with a 2-man attack, it's Perkovich, winds and fires. It is blocked in front, deflects to the opposite wing for Lolanset. Cross ice, a good look for Wasey Rabbit. Through center ice, defended by Rowe. Rabbit taps in. Masella plays it up the wall. Fowley tries to hold in with the help of Cederholm. They do keep it in. Cederholm looking for Fowley. Fowley behind the net for Rabbit. Avoids his stick. Woods pinches in from the blue line to hold it in with the help of Lolanset. Lolanset behind the net for Fowley. Fowley on his backhand. Tries to turn to the forehand. Shot is blocked in front. Lolanset can't get the handle to it. And Winicky will clear the zone. Fowley for Woods. Woods at his own blue line, forced a little deeper into his own end with 9:21 to go in the third period. Randolph can't tap it into the zone. Instead, it's Florida bringing it in, but not without an icing call. Shots on goal, only 21 for Florida, but only 14 for Jacksonville. And 8 shots out of those 21 for the Everblades here in this third period, and they've just taken control of this game.
Yeah, they have right out of the get-go. I mean, when you get a goal early in the period there to take the lead, I think that's all that Florida needed was just that one goal. And then they've been building off that ever since.
And the Everblades have it once again. Possible 3-on-2 breakout. Neville over the blue line. Mingo, a beautiful job defensively on him. Riding him into the corner. McCarron keeps it in the zone, however, for the Everblades. John McCarron, their team captain, for Justin Auger. Tries to go wide on Mingo. Couldn't do it. Centering feed. Deflected up high for the Icemen. It is Uchin with a good look for Randolph. Randolph for Critchlow. Redirects into the Florida zone. Wesolowski beats Critchlow to the puck, who finishes his check. Thompson for the Everblades. Ahead for Neville, who will slam it around the wall. Thompson first on the puck. Goes around the back of the Jacksonville net. Can't get the shot away, but keeps it moving for Arnold. Arnold on his backhand. Defended by Shapiro on the near side boards. Tonj flips it to the line for Finn. Finn's pass deflected away for the Icemen. Here comes Newbury for Detzel. Detzel at the end of a long shift tried to pass it cross ice, but it goes off a skate and right back into the Icemen zone. Shapiro, long slap shot from McLeese. That's a great look from Shapiro to McLeese. Got it over the blue line, but again, cannot control it. Seems like every time that Florida has the opportunity to get the puck away from Jacksonville, they are able to do so right now. It's Warning backhanding in with 7:48 to go. Again, this is game 5 of this best of 7 series. Game 6 is going to be Monday evening in Estero. Regardless of the result of this one, Jacksonville will go down to Southwest Florida trying to win this series on road ice. They may have to do it in 7 games, but they will be there just the same. As the Everblades come back, Appleby makes a save on Warning. Comes free for Fowley for the Jacksonville Icemen. Rabbit into the zone. They are onside, but Wesolowski is there ahead, and he'll rim it around and back to center. Just a lot of clearing in and clearing out at this point as Jacksonville clears in, but it's icing against the Icemen. 7:06 to go in the third. 4-1 is your score. Florida in the lead.
Yeah, it's hard to believe this is the same game that we had at the end of the period and second period. I mean, it was just so tightly contested. Shots were so low, but Florida's already kind of doubled up the shots from the second period here. Obviously, they put on the 3 goals, and just a completely different twist on how this happened. But again, it's, you know, this Florida team, you know, the Icemen have done a good job in limiting them, especially here in this game. But, you know, you can only contain them for so long. So Florida just getting in a little bit of a groove right now. And Icemen just got to have to try to hang on to see what they can do here in the final 7 minutes.
Yeah, Florida had 4 goals combined in games 3 and 4.
Yeah,
but they have 3 goals in a span of 8.5 minutes of this period.
That's how quickly they can turn it on. But it also shows that first stat, they're only the limited goals there in the last few games. This is an opportunity where the Icemen can show that, hey, they can control and they can get it. And the 2 wins on this week have proved just that. But there's also a reason why Florida hasn't lost those 3 games in a row heading here. They're a team that you can only contain for a limited time.
Face off. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say that, you know, a chance here for the Icemen to just try to get some momentum back in their corner and you know, maybe put some doubt here in Florida the rest of the way out.
Appleby makes another save as Neville takes the body on Fowley. Jacksonville brings it up the left side. They'll get it to center ice. Loose puck there, bouncing for the Everblades. Seems like every loose puck goes to them at this point as Thompson fires one high and wide. It redirects all the way to Max Fortier at center ice. He's 1-on-3 trying to beat everybody. Somehow keeps the puck in the zone at the top of the left circle. Cross ice, it's Newbury. What a look. Save made by Booth. Rebound for the Icemen. Heading to the bench is Appleby. Despite being down by 3 with 6 minutes to go, Appleby heads to the bench, but Florida gets the puck and they'll clear in. Might as well go for broke at this point as the Icemen down by 3 looking for anything to spark the offense. Jacksonville tries to clear in, but it's blocked. The Icemen get it right back with Jacob Cederholm. Already playing with an empty net are the Icemen with 5:40 to go in the game. Down 4-1. Shaw drives it up the right side, finds McLeese. 3-on-2 for the moment. Newbury with a wrist shot. It's deflected into the corner. McLeese back behind the net. Masella tries to clear it away. He will get it out of the zone going towards the empty net. It looks like it's got the range. And from 200 feet, Ben Masella gets his 2nd goal of the night, his 4th point of the night.
And it's 5-1 Everblades with 5:20 to go.
Yeah, so who was going to step up with Downing out of the lineup? It was Ben Masella today. Great shot to get that first goal on, and he has been very active here. And that shows you, I mean, that's just case in point, the depth that Florida has. But Masella's been very good here in this game, stepping up there with the absence of Downing there at that Florida blue line.
It's an unassisted goal for Masella. What a night for him. 14:40 is the time of the goal in this third period. And the Everblades have unleashed their offensive fury on the Icemen. 4 goals in this third period. Did not see this coming at all. I don't know how you could. 5-1 Everblades, 5 minutes to go in the game. It's Lalonde set, poking it away from one man, bouncing puck at the red line. Auger takes it away for the Everblades, dropping it back for Matt Finn. Finn's lead pass deflected into the zone by McCarron. Appleby will play it all the way to center ice. That's a good look for Cody Fowley. Over the blue line, driven into the boards by Wade, who's played a strong game tonight for Florida, as have the entire defensive unit for the Everblades. Thompson into the zone for Florida. He's by himself for now. Tries to spin on Critchlow. Got a centering feed in front, jamming at the net of the Everblades. And Thompson took down Cale Detzel. I think he was trying to pick a fight there. Detzel does not bite. And there's something to be said about that. It can go a couple of different ways. You maybe want to set the tone a little bit from Jacksonville and try and stand up for yourself here a little bit. But at the same time, you want to stay disciplined and make sure you're not doing the wrong things too.
Yeah, it's true. And it's momentum either way. And I think the Icemen know, okay, this one got away from us. You know, again, third game in 3 days. Yes, both teams had to play it. Florida found the gear. It's tough. I'm certain Florida's feeling it, but you know, Jacksonville right now just don't do anything that could put you maybe in a shorthanded chance, you know, losing some bodies or, you know, do a suspension or anything here, heading into a big game on Monday. Because, look, you know, the Icemen got a couple of big wins here. I don't think anyone thought they were going to come take all 3 games. It would have been nice.
Sure.
But they've earned themselves a chance to go down to Game 6 in Estero. So you got to be at full strength here and just kind of stay focused. Don't get the series out of hand. And also don't risk giving Florida any more momentum than they already got right now heading into that home game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Again, Arlie Johnson here with Alex Reed on the call of this game for the Icemen. It is a 5-1 advantage for Florida right now. We're not done yet. 4:29 to go. Another reminder for everybody out there, Game 6 Monday night at Florida. 7:30 is puck drop. There is a Icemen watch party for the game at Dick's Wings on Youngerman Circle in Argyle in West Jacksonville, right on the Orange Park line. Make sure you head that way if you want to hang out with some Icemen fans and watch some Icemen hockey. We'll be listening to Alex. You'll be on the broadcast, of course, for that game, and hopefully see if the Icemen can extend this one to a Game 7 where anything can happen.
That's exactly the point there. You know, the Icemen can go down there. At some point, they were going to have to get a win down in Estero, so Monday will certainly be the time for that. And again, you get it to a Game 7, anything can happen, as they say.
The Everblades in the neutral zone. Thompson just taps it into the Jacksonville end. 4:03 to go in the game. Critchlow gets center ice, tries to clear in, got a hit up high. Detzel wristed around the wall. Booth could not block it behind the net. Booth relatively untested tonight. 15 shots for Jacksonville. Remember, there was the Icemen who took a 1-0 lead in the first period, and they had that 1-0 advantage with under 6 minutes to go in the second period, and then the wheels came off in this third period. But it's tight throughout. Every game has been tight throughout in this series for the most part until about the final 15 minutes or so of this game tonight. 3:24 to go in the game. It's Newbury for the Icemen, deep in his own zone. Cross ice for Mingo. You can tell the intensity is kind of ratcheted down a little bit here as the Icemen clear in. Randolph gets driven into the boards by Finn. McLeese holding onto it for the Icemen. Curls to his forehand. To the blue line, it's Woods. Slap shot deflects to a near wing. Never reached goal as Winicky gains center ice and clears in.
Just not enough traffic, though, in front of the net. Even on those long-range shots, there's nobody setting up there in front, no screens. So, you know, again, and it's not that they're not trying to get there. They are. But, again, Florida with this lead's kind of boxing out that middle, keeping them to the outside.
Yeah, they are stifling on defense, no question about it, especially when they're setting their minds to it, and that's their mindset, which it has been in this third period, and they're still capitalizing offensively, just taking advantage of opportunities, and everything is just coming out gold for them right now in this final 20 minutes. It's Shapiro for the Icemen. End-to-end rush. Curls to the right circle, gets it to his forehand and plays it around the wall. Cody Fowley with it there. To the blue line for Detzel. Slap shot up high. Blocker save made by Booth. Rebound cleared away by Florida. I do not recall a rebound shot on goal for the Icemen tonight.
And there's been a ton of rebounds. On the 15 shots that the Icemen have had, I'd say 90% of them, there's been some kind of second chance rebound. But again, you're right. There's been very few, if any, rebound opportunities for the Icemen, and that's one of the keys to beating Booth.
Less than 2 minutes to go in the game. Puck at the Florida line. Thompson tries to drop it back. Critchlow is in the forecheck, gets it loose for Uchin. Tapped away by the Everblades. Right now it seems like every time there's one Iceman on the puck, there are two Florida Everblade players attacking him and stripping it loose. Up the left wing, it's Logan Rowe looking for Perkovic. Perkovic over the blue line for Alex Tonj. Softly on net, steered into the corner by Appleby. Newbury goes cross ice for Hayden Shaw. Shaw out of the zone, got taken down from behind. No penalty call there. If they're not going to call a penalty there are no more penalties left in this game, barring a fight. Mingo for Shapiro. Final minute of play. Jacksonville down 5-1 in this one. Game 6 will be Monday evening in Florida. Florida's going to take the series lead and regain it at 3-2. Jacksonville will try and force a Game 7 on Monday night at 7:30 in Estero. You can catch the action on ECHL.TV and on Mixler. Alex Reed will be on the call. You do not want to miss it as the Icemen skate through center ice. Maybe one final rush for them. Lalonde set for Fowley. Left circle, centering feed. Goes right through the top of the blue paint. Comes to the opposite wing for the Everblades, who will clear it out of the zone. 23 seconds to go as Fowley puts a hit on Justin Wade. Arnold and Shapiro collide a little bit. Not necessarily in a nasty way, just sort of in a finish your check fashion. 12 seconds to go. Detzel ahead for Randolph. Randolph over the blue line for Fowley. Cross ice. Can't get it onto the tape of Critchlow. Florida clears it away. Not out yet. Randolph, one final chance. Wrist shot goes wide. This game is over. And the Florida Everblades have defeated the Jacksonville Icemen tonight by a final count of 5-1. The Everblades win Game 5 of this best-of-7 series and have taken a 3-2 advantage. They will try and close out the series on Monday night. The Icemen, of course, the exact opposite. They're trying to stay alive. They will look to extend to a Game 7. They need a victory in Estero on Monday night, Alex.
Yeah, and the Icemen, they fell behind in this series 2-0. They had to come home to stay alive. They had to find a way to win, and they did. They won 2 games to tie this series up, so they're going to have to go back and do it again. They're going to have to find a way to keep themselves alive, and they'll get that chance on Monday. It just didn't go right for them today. A bizarre game after the first 2 periods, as tightly contested as it was. Just things opened up in the third. But you know what? It was just 1 period in this series. The Icemen have competed. They've battled against Florida all throughout this series. They're just going to have to go down with the mindset of the day of rest tomorrow to go out there and try to get one. And again, we said at some point they were going to take the series. They've got to win a game in Estero at some point, and Monday's going to be that opportunity.
And I think the mindset, I think they can erase this one quite easily, to be truthful. 1 bad period, that's fine. Score doesn't matter when it's all said and done. Fine, you lost. Pick yourself back up, get right back out there. There are so many things to be encouraged about from this 3-game weekend series here at home, not to mention just getting back into the series in the first place. No doubt you're going to have Mikhail Bairden back in net on Monday evening. I know that just his presence oftentimes allows a big lift for the Icemen, and it can really change things. Just got to keep plugging away and see if the bounces go your way.
Yeah, no doubt. And when you look at it, you said that coming back home and getting back in the series, and again, you just got to they've battled throughout with the Everblades, and they've done it with limited amounts of shots. It's been really incredible that they've been able to survive, with that lack of production. So again, you put it behind you, you get some rest, and you get back after it here. And again, this is a team that I think has a lot of perseverance, and they played well in Game 1 of the series in Florida, so they can play well down there. They can go get a lead We'll see what happens there. And again, people might look at the score here and look at the result of this game and say, well, why didn't they go to Barron? And maybe that'd have been a difference. With some of the defensive miscues today, it wouldn't have mattered who was in net. Neither of those goaltenders was getting any help if the way that the defense was playing there in that third period. And not trying to throw them under the bus, but we talked about it. Florida will make you pay for the mistakes. They just got to, especially when the big line out there, McCarron and Auger, the Icemen really got to tie those guys up. I know you can't move them as easy, but tie them up.
One more time before we go. Game 6, Monday night at 7:30 in Estero, Florida. There is a watch party for the Icemen at Dick's Wings on Youngerman Circle in Argyle. If you want to watch the Icemen and listen to Alex on the broadcast, make sure you head out there on Monday evening at Dick's Wings for Game 6 of this best-of-7 series as the Icemen look to stay alive in this best-of-7 series. Alex, hey, it's been a pleasure, man. I've enjoyed it this weekend with you.
Hope we were doing some more games here.
I certainly hope so, and plan to do it in round 2. We'll see if the Orlando Solar Bears are the team that end up going there. They are 4 minutes away from doing so. They are leading 4-2 right now, but it was an absolute pleasure. Best of luck, and bring it down to Estero on Monday evening, and hopefully things will work out for the best.
I'm hoping that's the case. All right, looking forward to it, all right?
All right, you got it. Your final score again tonight, 5-1. The Everblades have defeated the Jacksonville Icemen, and Florida has a 3-2 lead in this best-of-7 series. You can catch Alex Reed on the broadcast Monday evening on Mixlr and ECHL.tv. For Gemstone Media and everybody involved in the production, this is Arlie Johnson saying good night for now. This is Jacksonville Icemen Hockey. We'll catch you again Monday evening at 7:30.